line drive right at the shortstop for out number 3.
Apodaca ripped to left field. That will bounce in, so it's going to be extra bases as they'll have to chase that one at the wall in the warning track. Flipped up, there's no play at home. So it's an RBI double for Andrew Apodaca. Runner at third. High leverage spot. Can Chavez keep the tie? No, that's going to be cracked into left field. It's a base hit as Love puts the Sandia Matadors ahead for the first time today.
The 0-2. It's upstairs, goes to the backstop, and the run will not score. Gun down at home.
Chavez rocks and fires. Ahmed, that's going to be an RBI for Ahmed as that one right through the gap in right center. Petrie will scoop that one, and it's looking like a triple as Ahmed plugs into third base, and what a way to score that run for the Matadors.
Coach Romero barking out his orders there to his players. He's been around the game for a long time. Nice shot to center field. That'll bring runners in. Just like that, La Cueva will bring 3 runners in to go up 3-0. Runner advances to third. Shot to center. That looks good. That's gone. Man, outstanding center shot there as La Cueva will score. Antonio Lucero, second baseman, quite the hitter. Shot to third, and good catch, and she gets the out. Outstanding play by Trinity Bazan. Nice bright spot.
Costly errors allowed Cleveland to get 1 run back. That one sent the ground to the left side. Throw to first in time. Throw home. Got her. Whoa, what a play.
Next door or something. Not sure, but they came out here, and Ellison cracks an RBI out to left field. That's where you got to do it. 1 run, 2 run, and this game could very well be over. It's a play at the plate. It's sliding.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com.
These are more than just the sounds of a safe place to go after school. These are the sounds of interest being ignited and of mentors making an impact. At Boys and Girls Clubs, we don't do just one thing. We do whatever it takes to meet the needs of every kid who comes through those doors. Because whatever it takes is what it takes to build great futures. Great futures start here.
Sometimes it's the small things that make life easier, like never worrying about being declined at an ATM when only cash will do. With your covered from U.S. Eagle, we'll cover you, even if the money's not there. That's a good feeling. And we do it with no extra fees or penalties. It's called trust, and we think that's important, especially if we're asking you to trust us. At U.S. Eagle, that's just part of what it means when we say people mean more.
Don't sacrifice quality of flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, green and red chili breakfast burritos, and Frontier Cinnabons.
For 5 years running, it's the OD and the AM with Jeff Symbieta, A. Marie Castillo, and JJ Bob.
A multi-time MVP goes for 53, scuffles with the other team's owner and loses. A former MVP finds a shot, hits a game winner on the road and wins. And you got series everywhere in the NBA. What a weekend, huh? From the Derby to the hoops to the baseball to all the state stuff going on around here that you were at. Good morning to you. Wow. Post Cinco de Mayo. I was Cinco. It's the opening drive. Jeff and A. Marie today. JJ's actually taking a day off.
I was like, oh, my God.
I didn't even know he did that.
Good for him.
Yeah, that's good.
It's time.
Welcome back over, back down to you.
Yeah, what a weird week.
Were you like on a 10-day call-up and you got sent back down to the minors?
I was like, I was all over the place, and so many people are taking vacations on both sides of the stations that I'm going to be all over the place.
All right. Well, A. Marie's on our show today.
Happy to be back.
Are you on all week or what?
I should be.
I mean, who knows?
You never know.
I mean, I don't know if I am either.
If people.
Hell, I mean, wait, I'm filling in for Clark this morning. What?
I know, like what? So
no, they don't ask me to do that. I'm a minor league guy. Like I don't get called up. JJ gets called up. You guys get called up. I'm good. I'm good. Like I'm that lifetime. What was a guy that just got his first hit for the Pirates? Like 34-year-old minor leaguer that just got called up the other day.
That's so funny.
Yeah, I guessed on there. You know, TJ will have me on now and then. But no, I'm up. You know what? Actually, be way before. And I've been doing this show. July will be 15 years, but I actually
we should have a party.
I think we should. I used to fill in. There was an evening sports talk show. Mike Roberts used to host it. Andrew Paul used to. So that's where I started at this radio station way back in the day. I started in the big leagues.
But I worked with Strauss, Bob Clark. I worked with everybody last week. I was all over the map.
Who's your favorite?
They're all my favorite.
Who's your favorite?
No. It's a different.
All right, who don't you like?
Come on.
Actually, come on.
No, I literally like everybody. It's very extreme different personalities.
I know. Boy, is it.
So it's
Boy, is it. All right, we got a lot to do today. We're going to go through the hoops. We're going to open it up to you. Let me give you a kind of a guess list of what we're going to do. 7:15, which is going to come up here pretty quick here in about 11 minutes. We're going to San Antonio, Texas. Jill Trujillo is the Mountain West Conference Women's Golf Coach of the Year. Her team is the Mountain West Conference champions, and they start the NCAA regionals today. And so it's very rare you speak to someone and a coach on game day or match day or on tournament day. But Jill's going to do that for us this morning at 7:15 before her team tees off with an opportunity to get to the NCAA championship. So they're in the regionals today. I'm really looking forward to it. She's done a great job between her and what Glenn Milliken's done and Glenn Milliken's the men's coach over there. They too are going to the NCAAs. They'll be in South Carolina next week. So we're going to catch up with Jill coming up at 7:15. And then at 8:30 this morning, JJ had a conversation with Jarek Reed, who is now a Seattle Seahawk, the former Lobo safety who was drafted a week ago, last weekend, by the Seahawks in the 6th round. JJ had a conversation on Friday, and so we're going to hear what Jarek had to say about the experience, the opportunity, and I think you'll want to hear that because it's something that's so stinking special, and hopefully gives a little momentum to Lobo football too. And I've got my thoughts on what that can do for Lobos. But we're going to start with the hoops, and we'll start with last night.
Hoops.
The hoops was really good.
They've been good. Like there's nonstop, just so
except for
good.
the Laker Warrior series, and with the last two blowouts. The fourth quarter of the last two Laker Warrior games have been garbage, literal garbage.
Oh, yeah, I've turned it off.
Yeah, no, it's like what else?
And I was looking forward to that series because I was like, oh my gosh, I was not expecting to see the Lakers come this far, be this healthy, and look good. So
everybody was.
I was like, oh, they're not going to make the play-in tournament. So I was happy to see this, but I think it's gonna continue to be a blowout here every other game.
Do you really?
Yeah.
All right. Who's going to blow them out tonight?
Where are they playing?
They're in L.A. It's
Yep.
Anthony
Oh, well.
Davis. I mean, according to the chart, it should be a down game for Anthony Davis.
A down game. Well, then it's probably Golden State's turn.
And everybody was looking at this. That's where I go find hockey. And
Oh.
by the way, I
It's been
mean,
so good.
I have been loving the hockey. I've like fallen in love with the Seattle Kraken and the Florida Panthers.
Well, it's not your usual suspects either. Your top seeds are not. You weren't expecting these teams to just explode in the NHL
The
playoffs.
Florida Panthers were literally the last team in the playoffs. They beat the historically best team ever in 7 games in overtime in Boston. Now they're
Yeah.
3-0 on Toronto. Like they're so fun to watch. I love them. And then Seattle is fun. All right, so Nikola Jokic goes for 53 and 11 last night, 20 of 30 for shooting. Got into a scuffle with Matasheba, the new owner of the Suns, and his team loses because you got 36 from Devin Booker, 36 from Kevin Durant, and the Nuggets left their defense in the Rocky Mountains. Like they literally aren't playing any defense at all. And Michael Malone, their head coach, said that afterwards. Like we haven't played defense, and he's right, because when you look at shooting percentages and you're watching last night, Phoenix shoot almost 57% from the field, 44.8, almost 45% from three. Now you credit the team that's making shots, but you start saying where the hell's the defense, because the Lakers are winning because of defense, right? Lakers. That's what's turned them around.
Mm-hmm.
You got to play defense. There's an old adage, Marie, and I always think cliches are built on somewhat of fact. Defense wins championships. You can't just outscore your opponent in the NBA playoffs. You can't.
No, you can't. Even though Jokic and Murray together put up like 81 points
That's
last
wonderful.
night, and then the dynamic duo, Booker and Durant also have produced 158 points over the last 2 games. I was most impressed with Phoenix's bench. Outscored Denver's bench 22-20.
Landry Shamet.
And I don't think people thought Phoenix had depth or a bench, so I was very impressed.
Well, I didn't. In fact, I'll tell you, outside of Landry Shamet, where the hell did that come from, right? They nobody else scored in double digits outside of the big two. I thought Cam Payne was really good. And Cameron Payne is the guy who's in for the injured Chris Paul, and he played 25 minutes. His numbers won't blow you off the table. He had 4 assists and scored 5 points, but I thought he controlled the game. And you know, we all thought campaign season was not until much later in the year, but it is campaign season now because Chris Paul is out and campaign is the point guard. I think if they can keep that pace up, and I don't know if they can. I like them running. I like them scoring at a big clip. 129 points in a playoff game is a lot. And you know, you see that in November, you see that in February. You don't see it a ton in May and June. And so if they can keep that pace, but the couple things, they're going back to elevation, which I think is a real deal. And I don't know what the deal with Chris Paul is. If he's healthy, what do you do with Chris Paul now? Do you put him back in where you say, whoa, we played really well without him? Right?
That's a tough one because it seems to be the same old story with Chris Paul in the
Right.
playoffs. So I think you play without him.
Do you expect Landry Shamet to give you 30 minutes and go 6 for 9 again and give you 19 points?
I don't know, but this is what your job is when you're coming off the bench, though.
Yeah, but that's not what he normally does, right?
No.
I mean, that was
No.
like, who the hell's Landry Shamet?
Well, and if Jokic is not of the game, Denver doesn't stand a chance. So I don't know unless they can overcome that. They have Jokic is their answer. That's
Well,
everything.
Him and Murray, and like you said, would they get 81 points between them, and nobody else really did much.
And you're
You had-
still not winning. Shot 56%, just can't win.
yeah, because you got to make a stop somewhere along the line. The other one was James Harden. With
Oh,
a
my
floater
gosh.
in regulation, and then hits the winner with 10 seconds to go in overtime, and that series is 2 games apiece. So Denver and Phoenix is 2 apiece, going back to Colorado, and then the Sixers win by a point at home over the Celtics, 116-115. So they're going home at a game apiece. Celtics, to me, still feel like they've got the advantage. But the resurrection of James Harden, 42 points, 8 rebounds, 9 assists yesterday to go with Embiid's 34 and 13 was terrific. Celtics hit the shot after the buzzer. Marcus Smart did hit the shot, but it was just a tick too late. And I don't even think there's a controversy here.
Not at all.
And that goes. So do you think the Sixers, because of the resurrection of Harden, and you think Embiid's going to get better? Do you think they have? I think the Celtics still have the advantage, but this is going down to the end.
This is going down to Game 7. I'm just surprised because usually Harden will play like one good game and then take a game or 2 off. So I'm excited to see what they can do. I'm surprised by this series. I thought the Celtics were the better overall team in general. But Jason Tatum, I don't know what's going on there. I'm more concerned about Jason Tatum than anyone else.
Well,
in
I
that
think
series.
he's a little erratic as well. And so that's kind of what's going on. All right. Let me give you numbers. 505-246-0610. Area code 505-246-0610. Your email is Jeff at sportsanimallabq.com, JJ at sportsanimallabq.com. He'll get it tomorrow or whenever he's here. Underscore, or at A Marie's at Part-Time Bro on the Twitter. And you can watch us on the Facebook, the OD and the AM, or on Comcast Channel 26. When we get back, the Mountain West Women's Golf Champions are opening up competition in the San Antonio Regional in about 45 minutes. The coach of the year in that league is Jill Trujillo. She's UNM's coach. She's going to be with us and kind of explain this whole thing to you on this long course. That's next. It's the opening drive on 95.9 FM and AM 610, the Sports Sound.
Mix a little sports analysis, pop culture, and great interviews, and you've...
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
We fight the battles no one hears about.
We drop into the middle of firefights to rescue others.
And act as one-man air traffic control towers.
We're the ones who go before all others.
U.S. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com.
Check it out.
What is it?
It's a time machine, bro. I could jump into the future, get my paycheck early.
I already get my paycheck early at US Eagle.
Get your paycheck up to 2 days early with US Eagle Early Payday. Now's a great time to have your checking with US Eagle.
Time machine.
Your girlfriend breaks up with you in 22 hours, 53 minutes.
Wait, what? Seth?
Hi everyone, my name is Master Sergeant Jacob Groves. I am a Air Force Special Warfare pararescueman. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Network and New Mexico Youth Sports. Air Force Special Warfare operators are critical thinkers. They maintain a high level of fitness, they take initiative, and they don't quit. For more information on Air Force Special Warfare, contact me at the number listed below.
U.S. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walking to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number one. Cover it with green stuff, one scoop is not enough. Find a booth is real tough, back by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot, it's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
These are more than just the sounds of a safe place to go after school. These are the sounds of interest being ignited and of mentors making an impact. At Boys and Girls Clubs, we don't do just one thing. We do whatever it takes to meet the needs of every kid who comes through those doors. Because whatever it takes is what it takes to build great futures. Great futures start here.
Sometimes it's the small things that make life easier, like never worrying about being declined at an ATM when only cash will do. With your covered from US Eagle, we'll cover you, even if the money's not there. That's a good feeling. And we do it with no extra fees or penalties. It's called trust, and we think that's important, especially if we're asking you to trust us. At US Eagle, that's just part of what it means when we say people mean more.
We fight the battles no one hears about.
We drop into the middle of firefights to rescue others.
A few weeks ago out in the California desert, Lobo Women's Golf won their 6th conference title under head coach Jill Trujillo. Hey, Maria, I was with the Mountain West Conference new commissioner, Gloria Navarez. We were at bowl season meetings in Nashville. We had dinner on Tuesday night. She says, I'm out of here in the morning. She did a panel on Wednesdays. I'm out. Where are you headed? Going out to Palm Springs for women's golf. And she was the one who handed Jill Trujillo and the Lobos their sixth championship in Jill's time.
That's awesome.
It's really, really cool. For the fourth time in her career, Jill Trujillo was named Mountain West Conference Coach of the Year, and they're in San Antonio today at TPC San Antonio. That's where they play the PGA's Valero Open. To open up the NCAA Regionals, 12 teams there. Top 5 go on to the NCAA Championships. The Mountain West Conference Coach of the Year, Jill Trujillo, joins us this morning on the 377 Brewery Hotline on the Sports Animal. Hello, Jill. How you doing?
Hey, yeah, I'm good. How are you?
Life's good. Probably better for you because you're in San Antonio getting ready to compete. Congratulations on all the success. I know that's in the past as of this morning, but boy, what a season it's been for you and for these young ladies.
Yeah, it's so fun for a coach when springtime comes and they peak at the right time, and all their hard work and all the good things they've been doing for years, it finally all comes to fruition, and they're super excited to be here in San Antonio. And it's the venue. I mean, it's amazing out here at TPC. So what a treat for us to get to play this golf course today.
Well, you've got a real opportunity in front of you over the next few days. This is for the University of New Mexico. It's the 24th regional since 1993, and Lobo women have advanced to the NCAA championships, 9 of those 24. That's obviously the goal, but the field here is really, really, really good, and it's a long golf course.
Yeah, absolutely. We often tell the girls this is just one tournament. Everything else they've done all year has led up to this moment. Actually, it led up to the win at the conference championship. But we beat a top 10 team there. So who's to say we can't beat more top 10 teams here?
Jill Trujillo, Lobo women's golf coach of the year in the Mountain West, is with us from San Antonio, where the Lobos will tee off here in about 45 minutes in the regionals. Top 5 teams advance. So what do you tell your team? You take it day by day. Do you want to be in a certain spot going into day 2? You want to stay in touch with the leaders? Do you want to jump out in front? What's the strategy from a team standpoint?
Yeah, sure. Here at TPC San Antonio, fairways are really important, and hitting it into the right parts of the green. If you get into trouble, get out, those kind of things. So keep any big numbers out of the picture, 2 putts or less, because the greens are a little tricky. They're a little bit of Bermuda. They overseed with POA here, so the grain is kind of odd for us, so we really spent a lot of time on the putting greens. But, mostly it's just doing all the good things that they've done all season. And it's just, like I said earlier, it's just one tournament. And we need to be in position, though. We can't shoot ourselves out of it after the first round, but we can be in really good position. So that's what they're ready for, to be in position.
You got 2 seniors at the top of your lineup who have been great. Jenny Lertsadwatana was first team all-conference. Lauren Lehigh, a senior, second team all-conference. When you've got 2 seniors at the top of your lineup leading the way, it's got to make you feel probably a little bit more secure than maybe, I don't know, maybe than if you've had freshmen, although I know you've had it both ways. So does this make you feel better?
Well, yeah, of course. They're really solid players, but what makes me feel even better is that we're strong at the bottom of our lineup this year. And we've got Lily Pagliano and Maria Caparos-Levine, who, as a freshman, shot 67 in her final round of the Mountain West Conference. So that makes me feel a lot more secure than being heavy at the top. And Maya McDonald, man, she's just been the most consistent player. Truly the most consistent player that I've ever had in my lineups, and they're all just really solid players. So let's just go out and have some fun and see what we can do today.
The consistency of your program, Jill, has been terrific. Jill Trujillo, Lobo women's golf coach, is with us, and Lobos win the conference championship it's the 6th conference title for Jill Trujillo since she's been the head coach here. 4th time she's been coach of the year. And Jill, I look at your lineup, right? And Jenny's from Thailand, and Lauren's from Colorado, and Maria's from Spain, and you're running, Hawaii, I think. You're all over the country. You're all over the world. You're from France and Spain and Thailand. what's the recruiting strategy? Because obviously it's working, but I mean, how do you find a Jenny or a Maria in Spain? How's that work?
Well, it seems like it's pretty easy from the outside, like we just go around and try to find some people, but the top players on the WAGR, that's the World Amateur Golf Rankings, they're either looking to turn pro or they're going to a big Power 5 school. So it's not like we get the leftovers, but we get the ones that are kind of sneaky good, and they want to go to a place where there's a good golf course, where the program's good, where the weather's good, and we have all that. So yeah, I do go all over the world to find players, and then there's some in our backyard too. We've got Sofia Zamaripa, who's a Sandia grad, who's a sophomore on our team. So, I think it's really fun just to have a good mix of different kinds of people on the team, so that they all have different games, and we have some that are consistent and some that can take it low, and that makes for a really good mix.
Well, then you got to coach them up, right? I mean, no matter who they are, where they're from, that you've got to coach them up, but they've got to be receptive to it, and obviously it's working. Hey, going from elevation down to sea level, it does, and I know you do that all year. And now you're talking about not only elevation change, but you're talking about the difference in grass. You just talked about spending time on the putting greens. How do you put a quantifiable number on that? Is there a stroke difference on that, or is that just something that is in your mind you got to get used to? How do you quantify the changes in conditions? Because I checked the weather. I think it's pretty nice down there, right? So I think the weather's going to be fine.
Yeah, today it's going to be nice. It rained on and off for our practice round. It's going to rain probably most of the day tomorrow, which we're not used to. However, a lot of our players come from places where it rains all the time, where they play on Bermuda grass, like Maya McDonald. I mean, this is perfect conditions for her, being at sea level and playing on Bermuda with some wind and some rain,
Right.
So,
yeah, from Hawaii.
And the course, the design, and it's not a very straightforward course, but it's forgiving when you hit it in the right places. So, besides thinking about elevation and weather and all that stuff, it's just placement. They just got to hit the ball where they need to hit the ball.
All right, here's who's in this region, and for those of you who are going to keep track of it, it's really good. Texas A&M and Auburn and Pepperdine and Oklahoma State and SMU and UCLA, Denver, Illinois, Sam Houston, Louisiana Monroe, and Missouri State, along with the Lobos. Top 5, Jill, and again, you go over the next couple of days. Do you let them look ahead? Do you even have conversations about what could be next, or as you said earlier, it's just another tournament, just play today?
I think every NCAA Division I women's golfer, it's the road to Grayhawk right now, and they really want it. But keeping them in the moment, with any sport, you got to be in the moment. So I think they're thinking about warming up right now. They're thinking of being loose when they get to the first tee, breathing, hydrating. So it's just keeping them thinking about the little things to start instead of the big things. So, after Wednesday, then we can breathe a little.
Yeah, no, get the butterflies out early, right? It's always like, for those amateurs who are on the first tee with everybody watching, right? It's always hardest to get off the first tee, and I'm going to imagine that first shot in an NCAA. How many of them are making their NCAA debuts? I'm going to guess most of them have not had a lot of experience in the postseason.
No, our sophomore Lily Pagliano and our freshman Maria, those two have not been to postseason, but the 3 others have. But I think the Lauren, Jenny, and Maya have really calmed those 2 others down, and just tell them it's just like a golf course, any golf course you play, and the short green grass and then the shorter green grass.
Yeah. The shorter green grass makes it easier, right? You get in the thick stuff, it makes it a whole lot tougher when you're going to start looking for your ball. Yeah, put it in the short stuff. Hey, congratulations. I know it's match day, and I appreciate you spending a few minutes with us, but so many people have been talking. I was at an event the other night, and people were just talking about Lobo Golf. I was like, wow, success has been great. Congratulations on all the success so far, and good luck down in Texas this week, and hopefully we'll be talking to you next week about going to the NCAA championships.
Yeah, thanks. As always, I'm really happy. I mean, we've known each other for so long, and I really appreciate your support of women's sports at UNM. So So you have a good day too, Jeff.
Always, Jill. Be well. Good luck to you and those ladies. Take care of you.
Appreciate it.
See
Thank
ya.
you.
Jill Trujillo. She's terrific, man. I have known her for a lot of years. And you just watch the success of some of those programs over there, right? And I didn't want to get into the NIL stuff with her. There was part of me that said, but it's match day. Right? Today wasn't the day for that conversation. But the success that her and Glenn Milliken have had with those golf programs over there is just tremendous. And how many people golf and play golf and follow it around.
Big golf state here. And it just blows my mind when you were talking to her about how different your golf game changes just traveling a state over. Or it's crazy.
Think about when you play back east as opposed
oh
to
my
here.
God.
Right?
Yeah,
No, you go play Florida golf, and it's thick
if I
and
ever
there's
have
water.
to move again, I'm gonna be like, dang it.
Yeah, you just
The
you lost
altitude.
10%,
Where's my ball?
You lost 10% on your drive. Yes, on every ball you hit.
That's what fascinates me most too. And gosh, great job.
Yeah, it's all real. All right, when we come back, we'll go back into the NBA. So a guy who's a multi-time MVP has a little scuffle, run-in, shoving match with a guy who just bought a team for $6 billion. And now there's talk, will that MVP be suspended for a game? They better not. And I'll tell you why it would be criminal next. It's the opening drive on 95.9 FM and AM 610, the Sports Animal.
Pitch. There's a line drive right at the shortstop for out number 3.
Apodaca ripped to left field. That will bounce in, so it's going to be extra bases as they'll have to chase that one at the wall in the warning track. Flipped up, there's no play at home. So it's an RBI double for Andrew Apodaca. Runner at third. High leverage spot. Can Chavez keep the tie? No, that's going to be cracked into left field. It's a base hit as Love puts the Sandia Matadors ahead for the first time today.
The 0-2. It's upstairs, goes to the backstop, and the run will not score. Gun down at home.
Chavez rocks and fires. Ahmed, that's going to be an RBI for Ahmed as that one right through the gap in right center. Petrie will scoop that one, and it's looking like a triple as Ahmed plugs into third base, and what a way to score that run for the Matadors.
Coach Romero barking out his orders there to his players. He's been around the game for a long time. Nice shot to center field. That'll bring runners in. Just like that, La Cueva will bring 3 runners in to go up 3-0. Runner advances to third. Shot to center. That looks good. That's gone. Man, outstanding center shot there. Is La Cueva will score. Antonio Lucero, second baseman, quite the hitter. Shot to third, and good catch, and she gets the out. Outstanding play by Trinity Bazan. Nice bright spot.
Costly errors allowed Cleveland to get 1 run back. That one sent on the ground to the left side. Throw to first in time. Throw home. Got her! Whoa, what a play!
Next door or something. Not sure, but they came out here, and Ellison cracks an RBI out to left field. That's where you got to do it. 1 run, 2 run, and this game could very well be over. It's a play at the plate. It's sliding, and that will do it. The Rams walk off the La Cueva Bears. It's a 3-run batted in shot by Dean Ellison.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com.
These are more than just the sounds of a safe place to go after school. These are the sounds of interest being ignited and of mentors making an impact. At Boys and Girls Clubs, we don't do just one thing. We do whatever it takes to meet the.
All right. Appreciate Jill coming on. And we don't really get a lot of stuff from coaches, players on game day, right? It's a big deal. And so I appreciate that. I want to hit the hoops last night, and specifically the situation between the owner of the Suns, Matt Ishiba, and Nikola Jokic. The series is now tied 2-2. It's headed back to Colorado. And Nikola Jokic scored 53 points last night. They lose. And there's talk this morning that the NBA is reviewing the video, and Nikola Jokic did shove Matt Ishiba. Now, you can tell me they were in the stands. This is where we have a fine line. I'm going to tell you straight out, this would be criminal if they suspend Jokic. That basically would be giving the series to Phoenix, right?
You're handing it over, and he got the technical foul, and I really believe that he was just trying to get the ball.
Well, okay,
it was
first
ridiculous.
of all, what's
just all ridiculous.
doing holding the ball and keeping away from a player? If that was any other fan,
come on,
except for the dude who just spent $6 billion to buy that team or whatever it was, the fan would have been ejected, right? The other dude that kind of reached over and put his hand on Jokic, you see guy kind of after, and look, Jokic, he doesn't know who the fan is. Michael Malone, after the game, was asked about it and said it was ridiculous that Jokic got a technical, and he was told, well, the guy that he shoved was their owner, and he says, I don't give a bleep.
Yeah,
and good for him. It does
who cares?
100%. And Adrian's showing it to you if you're watching it on ProView Networks right now. If you're watching the
I've watched it from
simulcast.
every angle too. It was so blown out of proportion, in my opinion.
Well, what's the dude? I mean, is there any culpability on the owner here?
Yeah.
And let me ask you this: should you be held to a higher standard or the same standard if you're an owner? If you're the owner of the team and you're holding the ball, should you know better than just some Joe Six-Pack idiot who's got a bunch of money and got really nice seats?
Yeah, and also usually,
shouldn't you?
Yes. And why are you holding the ball? Usually just roll it back to the ref or whatever. You toss it back. We've all been there. And I'm not saying that NBA courtside, I wish, but I'm saying, the ball goes out of bounds or goes in the stands, you throw it back.
I don't even know what the issue, why it was an issue, other than the guy was holding the ball. And so Nikola went over it, and guy didn't give him a ball. And I want to see it again. Adrian, if you got it again, will you show it again?
I know. And when you play the sound, you can't. I could play it for you, but it doesn't tell you anything.
All right, so the ball kind of stumbles into the corner, and one of the players goes over. Jokic goes over to get the ball. Guy's holding the ball, and look, Ishiba started to get in his face. He took a step towards it, and Jokic kind of just put his left arm out to protect. You don't know who these guys are, dude. This is happening bang bang in the moment, and a guy steps to literally. I mean, there's no argument here, right? Here it is again, and so there's the owner holding the ball, and Jokic tries to take it. The ball gets knocked down. He steps towards him, and he pushed him away. It's unfortunate. It's fine. You gave him a tech. If they suspend him, you know what this will be? And Suns fans will say, well, it's justice. It's justice.
Justice.
Well, I'm going to take you back to 2007.
Oh.
Do you remember when Amari Stoudemire and Boris
I love
Diaw got off the bench? There was like an altercation, right? Robert Horry put that check. It was like a hockey-style check on Steve Nash. I know we're going back in the day. Right, but in 2007, it was.
Oh man,
the Suns had a team that probably I thought was going to win it all. They're playing San Antonio in Game 4, and Steve Nash got checked, and the bench is kind of emptied, and Amari Stoudemire and Boris Diaw they stepped off the bench, and the letter of the law in the league was if you leave the bench for an altercation, you are suspended. So Horry got a 2-game suspension from the league for the flagrant foul. He struck Raja Bell above the shoulders in what happened afterwards. But the Suns lost 2/3 of the trio that they used to guard. At the time, it was Tim Duncan. And at least it was a full-blown fight, but Stoudemire and Diaw got suspended. They lose game 5, and they lost the series. And Suns fans are still, to this day, adamant that they would have won the NBA championship if that didn't happen. And I thought it was garbage. I thought it was basically it was the NBA office determining the series. And so I could see Suns fans saying, well, finally we get justice. Like if they suspend him here, I think this would be criminal. I think this would be, and the fact that it was the owner, to me, makes it more culpable on the guy in the stands.
Absolutely.
He should know better.
Absolutely.
Well, Jeff, he just bought the team. He's a rookie owner. No, I'm sorry.
Oh, come on.
Right?
Just throw the ball back to the official,
right,
or
come
on.
Yep. Jim, you want to talk about this? You're on the Sports Animal. Good morning, Jim.
Yeah, first of all, it's Ishbia. It's not whatever you were saying. His name.
What I said, Shiba. It's Ishbia. Yes. My bad. Yes.
And so actually, he played for Michigan State in the last national championship team they had. So he's a basketball player, although he just rode the bench, really didn't play. In any case, I mean, what I saw, he was just holding the ball. And first of all, Jokic, he didn't need to grab the ball from the guy. Just let the officials take care of it. And, he had picked up the ball after the player went down, and the ball went over there. So, and listen, I don't like that issue. But, the funniest part of the whole thing is when, he goes up and, chests him a little bit. He didn't hit him.
Right.
He touched him.
Right.
And then when Jokic pushed him away, the best part I thought was the way he flopped through his arms.
Right. It was like that's the player part in Ishbia. Yeah.
LeBron?
Yeah, he's been there before.
So he went LeBron.
Yeah, no, there was a dude who came over his arm
or something.
Yeah, exactly. No, there was a dude who came over his arm.
He needs to stay out of that. I mean, he doesn't. The owner doesn't. Like you said, if it was a regular fan, that fan would have been, thrown out and banned for life. Yeah. But he owns the building. Well, he didn't own the building, but he owns the team, so you can't throw him out.
Yeah,
so,
yeah,
anyway.
And my bad on the pronunciation. It is Ishbia, and the flop was crazy. He almost should get technical for the flop. By the way, they do that in college.
When a coach flops, when a coach flops, owner
if
flops.
If they suspended him, it'd be ridiculous.
We're on the same page.
Ridiculous.
Yeah. All right, Jim. No, I appreciate it. We're on the same. Thanks. No, we're on the same page. And he didn't hit him. He kind of just took a step towards him.
Well, and think about how much bigger he is than that guy. So when a bigger guy even slightly touches someone,
I just want you to think.
I wonder what the words were said. This is ridiculous.
100%.
This is absolutely ridiculous. This isn't even good. This isn't even like a Draymond Green stepping on someone. This is so silly.
So in the moment, right? And it's so easy to dissect the video and go back and, well, he did this and he didn't do this and he took a step. No, he didn't. Look, in the moment, and I don't know what was being said, but I promise you there's junk being spoken right there, right? In the moment, Now all of a sudden you're in a hostile environment, right? You're in the crowd, people yelling at you. Dude won't give you the ball. The ball gets knocked out. Dude did take a step, like he did motion towards him. Did he chest him? Whatever. And with all due respect, it's not like Jokic punched him. He just kind of get off me, right? He extended his left arm and get off me. That's all. That's self-defense. I want you all to think before, and I don't know if anybody thinks he should be suspended. But before you come in with the suspended, I want you to put yourself in that spot. Okay. Well, he shouldn't have been there. Why not?
On.
And he didn't hit him. He defended himself, right? Just extended his left arm. Just get off me, right? And then dude flops.
I mean, it's playoff. Oh, your emotions are running high. Your leader, they're tied. I mean, it's just a lot going on. And just give back the dang ball.
Yeah. Do you think he gets fined for this? They can't suspend him, right?
No.
There's just no way, right?
And this is when people say sports are rigged. This is when I'll fall to those crazies that always believe in this. I'm like, okay.
If we go this way on this, I mean, this would be the league. I mean, they can't win without Jokic. They can't. They can't win without Jokic.
They can't let Jokic take some minutes off during a
and
game.
He barely extended. I just saw it again. He barely extends his arm.
The dude is what, 7 foot? Like, come on.
He's a big dude, but dude was right in his space.
Come on. Give the ball back.
So was Ishbia upset that he took the ball from him? Like the ball got,
I guess.
Because you own the team, you own the ball? He's like, give me the ball.
What's that?
He did. He
the fragile male ego, I
There's
swear.
no doubt he took a step at it. And Jokic just kind of defended himself and pushed the little man off him. And dude flopped.
Dude, the flop is the best part.
Actually, I give a lot of credit for the flop. He's practiced that in Tom Izzo practices a lot. Flopping a lot. All right, when we come back, you know how there's the jump man for Jordan, right? And Jerry West is the logo, the silhouette, and the jump man of Jordan is the logo. I think I've got LeBron's post-career silhouette. I'll tell you what that is when we come back.
Mother's Day is coming up. Graduation season is here. Wedding season is here. Life events are happening, and I know you are looking for a good spot to celebrate, and I got a place for you. It's 377 Brewery. And you're like, hey, Marie, wait a second. A brewery? Yes, because they have this beautiful event space that's separated from the brewery and has this big, beautiful patio attached to it. It's so big. You can fit like 100+ people in there. It's gorgeous. And Mother's Day is right around the corner. Book a brunch for your mom, a party, a graduation, a wedding party, engagement party, a bridal shower, a baby shower, anything that life comes your way, 377 is the place to go. They have a phenomenal kitchen, full bar. The staff is great, and support. It's all locally owned, everything. And this Friday, we don't only use events for life events. We use it for live entertainment. This Friday, May 12th at 7 p.m., we're doing stand-up comedy. Your girl's hosting it. Amory, and featuring 3 local comics, William Wheeler, Kate Anella, and April Thomas. And then it's going to be followed by some live music. It's only $10. That is the steal these days. So Friday, May 12th, 7 p.m., come out for some live entertainment. Or if you want to check out the event space in general, head over to 377 Brewery on the northwest corner of Yale and Gibson, or check them out at 377brewery.com.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
These are more than just the sounds of a safe place to go after school. These are the sounds of interest being ignited and of mentors making an impact. At Boys and Girls Clubs, we don't do just one thing. We do whatever it takes to meet the needs of every kid who comes through those doors. Because whatever it takes is what it takes to build great futures. Great futures start here.
International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com.
Sometimes it's the small things that make life easier, like never worrying about being declined at an ATM when only cash will do. With your covered from U.S. Eagle, we'll cover you, even if the money's not there. That's a good feeling. And we do it with no extra fees or penalties. It's called trust, and we think that's important, especially if we're asking you to trust us. At U.S. Eagle, that's just part of what it means when we say people mean more.
Don't sacrifice quality of flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, green and red chili breakfast burritos, and Frontier Cinnabons. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenpride@abq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs, proud supporter of ProView Sports Network.
Check it out.
What is it?
It's a time machine, bro. I could jump into the future, get my paycheck early.
I already get my paycheck early at US Eagle.
Get your paycheck up to 2 days early with U.S. Eagle Early Payday. Now's a great time to have your checking with U.S. Eagle.
Time machine.
Your girlfriend breaks up with you in 22 hours, 53 minutes.
Wait, what? Seth?
We fight the battles no one hears about.
We drop into the middle of firefights to rescue others.
And act as one-man air traffic control towers. We're the ones who go before all others.
U.S. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
Hi everyone, my name is Master Sergeant Jacob Groves. I am a Air Force Special Warfare pararescueman. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Network and New Mexico Youth Sports. Air Force Special Warfare operators are critical thinkers. They maintain a high level of fitness, they take initiative, and they don't quit. For more information on Air Force Special Warfare, contact me at the number listed below.
U.S. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
As a mom, I try to make the best choices for my family and our health. That's why I choose Western Sky Community Care. It's a Medicaid plan with quality health coverage and special benefits like Boys and Girls Club membership credit, additional dental benefits, and wellness and support programs. I decide which Medicaid plan is right for us. I choose Western Sky Community Care.
Learn more about Western Sky Community Care by visiting discoverwesternsky.com today.
International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com. We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walking to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number one. Cover it with green stuff, one scoop is not enough. Find a booth is real tough, back by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot, it's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
We fight the battles no one hears about.
We drop into the middle of firefights to rescue others.
And act as one-man air traffic control towers. We're the ones who go before all others.
U.S. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
These are more than just the sounds of a safe place to go after school. These are the sounds of interest being ignited and of mentors making an impact. At Boys and Girls Clubs, we don't do just one thing. We do whatever it takes to meet the needs of every kid who comes through those doors. Because whatever it takes is what it takes to build great futures. Great futures start here.
International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com.
Chad on the Twitter said, awesome golf coach. Congratulations, Jill Trujillo. Global Women's Golf Coach Jill Trujillo, the Conference Coach of the Year, was with us this morning. They're opening up play right here in about 7 minutes in San Antonio and NCAA Regionals. Opening drive, Jeff and A-Marie, 505-246-0610. That's how to get here today. You can send emails, Jeff at sportsanimалabq.com or tweet at A-Marie at part-time-bro. So you know how
I'm so excited about this, by the way.
JJ's not
that long commercial break. I was like, what could it be?
Well, all right. So the silhouette of Jerry West, right? It's the logo, right? And LeBron is the jump man, and there's other guys silhouette afterwards. I was watching the Lakers the other night, and they won by 30. And JJ tells me, well, everybody does it. I think the silhouette of LeBron after it's all said and done, like his logo, should just be palms up, open mouth, complaining to the ref, just. You know that you know exactly what I'm talking about, don't you? That palms up, arms spread.
Because usually he's does he still do the powder in the air before the game?
Yeah, that'll probably be
kind of like that, right? So it's like same thing,
up.
except he's flopping with his hands out.
Like every foul on Anthony Davis, every foul on anybody on his team, it's. I mean, JJ tells me he's not wrong. They all complain about everything.
No, LeBron's to an extreme.
Has it gotten more?
Okay, and I have been pro LeBron. I have defended this man till the death, but it has gotten worse and worse over the seasons. And I respect the man. He is one of the greatest of all time. He's unbelievable, unreal. I went to Miami with him. I went back to Cleveland. I went to LA. I just can't take it anymore. It's too much.
I mean, when you're that good, and it's crazy. It never a foul. But would that be it?
Yeah.
Just palms up, complaining like I got hit.
And you want to talk about flop? Maybe that's where the Suns owner picked it up from. He's like, well, if LeBron can do it, I can do it.
He's really good. I could be the GOAT flopper owner of all time.
Oh,
I know.
No, right. LeBron though, it's bad. It's bad.
I mean, it feels that way to me. And JJ tells me I'm biased, and I might be a little bit on that. But man, oh man, they may win this whole thing. By the way,
which
the Lakers may win this whole damn thing. Look, let me just tell you something. If Anthony Davis figures out how to play well more than every other game, because they're going to lose a game somewhere along the line, even when he plays well. And I know it's difficult because. Man, when he plays well, LeBron plays well, and then they get somebody else, whether it's Rui Hachimura or whether it's Schroeder or whether it's somebody else scoring. Like they get a third. The other night it was D'Lo who scored the first 9. D'Angelo Russell was
he's
been
really
good.
Exceptional,
no doubt
for them.
So the MVP here is Rob Pelinka, right? The general manager. The trade he pulled off to get out from under the Russell Westbrook thing and what he got in return. He got shooting, he got defense, he got depth, he got players, he got dogs. And then if Anthony Davis can, when he hit his head, you're like, oh no, and then he kind of hit his ribs, and you're like,
this is what we're all waiting for, Jeff, right?
Is for him to go down?
No, yes, and that's just because of the track record in the last couple seasons. I have never seen this team. I've never seen LeBron and Anthony Davis play so much together, and I think obviously that's been the whole factor on why they're. I did not even think they were going to make the play-in tournament, to be honest with you. I thought they're too fragile. That's
been the whole point, right? Well, you got AD and LeBron. And they won a championship in the bubble, but, I mean, did it happen? Yeah, it absolutely happened. All right, when we come back, I'm going to make you think a little bit because I've been watching these playoffs, and there have been so many clutch dudes. So here's the conversation. Who's been the most clutch player in the playoffs? James Harden? Devin Booker? Steph Curry, Jimmy Butler, Nikola Jokic, Jalen Brunson, Anthony Davis. it's a conversation now. I'll tell you what I think and why. I want to know what you think as well. 505-246-0610. Who's been the most clutch? We're almost halfway through the playoffs. Not quite there yet. Who's been the most clutch? I'm not even sure there's a wrong answer. If any of those, well, maybe one of those seven's the wrong answer. It's the opening drive. Getting through it without JJ. I'm not sure how. Just you and me.
I'm glad he took a day off.
I am too. It's good for him. He needs a day off every now and then. We all do. Jeff Symbieta, A. Marie on 95.9 FM and AM 610 Sports App.
Pitch. There's a line drive right at the shortstop for out number 3.
Apodaca ripped to left field. That will bounce in, so it's going to be extra bases as they'll have to chase that one at the wall in the warning track. Flipped up, there's no play at home. So it's an RBI double for Andrew Apodaca. Runner at third. High leverage spot. Can Chavez keep the tie? No, that's going to be cracked into left field. It's a base hit as Love puts the Sandia Matadors ahead for the first time today.
The 0-2. Upstairs goes the backstop, and the run will not score. Gun down at home.
Chavez rocks and fires. Ahmed, that's going to be an RBI for Ahmed as that one right through the gap in right center. Petrie will scoop that one, and it's looking like a triple as Ahmed plugs into third base, and what a way to score that run for the Matadors.
Coach Romero barking out his orders there to his players. He's been around the game for a long time. Nice shot to center field. That'll bring runners in. Just like that, La Cueva will bring 3 runners in to go up 3-0. Runner advances to third. Shot to center. That looks good. That's gone. Man, outstanding center shot there. As La Cueva will score. Antonio Lucero, second baseman, quite the hitter. Shot to third, and good catch, and she gets the out. Outstanding play by Trinity Bazan. Nice bright spot.
Costly errors allowed Cleveland to get 1 run back. That one sent on the ground to the left side. Throw to first in time. Throw home. Got her. Whoa, what a play.
Next door or something. Not sure, but they came out here, and Ellison cracks an RBI out to left field. That's where you got to do it. 1 run, 2 run, and this game could very well be over. It's a play at the plate.
Now, voted the best sports show in New Mexico for 5 years running. It's the OD in the AM with 3-time New Mexico Sportscaster of the Year, Jeff Symbieta, A. Marie Castillo, and JJ Bach.
Listening to Nikola Jokic talk about getting the technical and should he get suspended. It's the opening drive. Jeff and A. Marie, we're going to get into who's the most clutch player so far in these NBA
Tough
players.
one.
It is a tough one. There's
been great
like 5
series.
right answers.
Yes.
There's like 5 right answers. 505-246-0610 if you want to get in today. Coming up at 8:30 this morning, we're going to listen to a conversation JJ had with Jarek Reed, the former Lobo safety. Chosen a week ago Saturday in the NFL's draft by the Seattle Seahawks. I've been really wanting to hear this conversation, and I know you do too. That'll be at 8:30. All right, we're going to get into the clutch thing here in a minute, but I think we need to hear Nikola Jokic. So he talked about it post-game press conference. You've all seen it by now, I think. Ball kind of goes in, there's a little ball goes into the corner in the first row, and a guy grabs the ball, and it's Matt Ishbia, the owner of the Suns. He grabs the ball, doesn't want to give it back. Jokic goes to take the ball, get it back in play. Dude doesn't want to give it back. He gets popped loose, and Ishbia kind of takes a step towards him, and is there a hand on him? And Jokic didn't hit him. He kind of extended his left arm, kind of get off me, right? I mean, am I defining?
He didn't hit him.
He didn't hit him.
He's triple the size of the owner. So it probably looks a lot.
Yeah, but in that moment, are you defending yourself?
Yes.
All right, so he didn't hit him. He didn't get in his face. He didn't pay him like getting a little gnat off. When you get like a fly, just swat a fly away. Literally what Nikola Jokic did. He extended his left arm, and Ishbia, who played or was a bench player at Michigan State, flopped and fell back in his seat, and then another dude came over, put a hand on it, whatever. So Jokic was asked after the game, and I think this is such the right response. This is Nikola Jokic after the game. Are you worried that the NBA is going to suspend you?
Suspension? Why? Just if the NBA official said that he thought you shoved him.
Mm-hmm. So, but his hands on me, so they're not going to protect me. They're going to protect the fan. I mean, not me as a person. I'm talking about as a player. I mean, they can do whatever, of course. They don't care, but I think they're supposed to protect players.
Were you surprised?
I think he's dead on right. I think he's dead on right. There's no suspension here. There's not a suspension for the owner. There's not a suspension for the player. There can't be. First of all, it would be deciding the series, and this isn't Malice in the Palace. This is something that's spilled. Look, until you put boards up around to separate the players and the fans, you're going to periodically have stuff that spills into the seats, right? It does. And 98% of the time, it's fine. Nothing happens. And every once in a while, some idiot fan throws a soda or a beer or something, or in this case, Matt Ishbia is a fan. So do you think he's wrong? Earlier he said it was a fan. And the reporter said, do you know who that fan was? He says, yeah. And he says, he was the owner of the Suns. He's like, yeah, but he's a fan, right? Like he's sitting there, he's a fan. He's not wrong. Is Nikola Jokic at that point supposed to, A, decipher who the guy is that's holding the ball, keeping the ball from him, and B, give a damn that it's the owner of the other team?
Yeah, why not protect the players?
100%. 100%. Well, what about the owner? Do you protect the owner? Yeah, but the owner put himself in that position. The owner should have just, it didn't have to happen that way. Who initiated that?
The owner holding the ball.
Matt Ishbia. Right? This isn't even arguable to me. I just, if this comes out as a suspension, I don't.
And you guys, and we know Jokic is a player. He's not drama. He's not, a Draymond or.
Dude, he walked away.
He walked away.
He didn't. He just
he's playing the game. He's in the moment. Give the ball back. You flop. Could you imagine if it was LeBron?
Oh, it'd be so good. It'd be so good. Then LeBron should be suspended.
Oh, yeah, right. That owner would be ejected out of the building if it was LeBron.
100%. That's right. All right. We have watched clutch after clutch after clutch. James Harden yesterday, earlier in the series. Harden with a runner to tie it in regulation. 3 to win it in overtime. Is he the most clutch player? Devin Booker had 36. Didn't he have 40-something the other night?
Yeah, it's crazy. Like, him and Durant together have 158 points in 2 games.
How about what Steph Curry did in Game 7 against Sacramento, and then in Game 2 and Game 3, right? Reincarnated himself against the Lakers, right? Game 2 went for 40. He went for 40-something, and then in game 3 turned into a facilitator. But what Jimmy Butler has done,
Well, that's my pick.
getting through the number 1 seed in Milwaukee, and now has his team with a 2-1 lead over the Knicks. How about Nikola Jokic? He had 53 yesterday in a losing effort. They're 2-2. They went
Shoving
through
owners.
Minnesota in 5 and shoving owners off of him like gnats. How about Jalen Brunson? So Brunson and AD probably not, right? I just kind of threw them on there.
No. I'm just.
AD's been great when he's been great, but you can't put him on this list because these guys have basically been good every game. So if your all clutch team would be Harden, Booker, Curry, Butler, and Jokic.
Absolutely.
But I if you want to tell me you say Jimmy Butler's your guy?
This is why Jimmy Butler's my guy. And I think when you tease this, Jeff, it was no wrong answer. All the answers are right. All these guys have been incredible, playing consistently, winning games. But Jimmy Butler, he has the least depth on his team. Like, he is really the clutch player and winning series. And the only reason they didn't beat, the reason that they're not up is because Jimmy Butler wasn't playing one of the games.
2-1,
now
but
they're
that was
up.
the one game they lost.
But now they're up because he wasn't in. But I'm saying, he has no one really around him, and compared to all these other teams we're seeing.
That's fair.
Very clutch.
Yeah, I don't think that's a bad answer. James Harden scoring 42, 43 points a game. Where the hell did that come from?
I mean, he's
hitting
crazy.
shots at game winners. Like, I mean, that's not a bad answer.
Nope. And he has Joel Embiid, and they have a good team.
Your argument on Butler doing it by himself is going to be somewhat sustainable.
Well, absolutely. Well, and I think also their coach has a lot to do with it too.
I think he's terrific.
He's going to outcoach.
Booker is on a run that is almost historical, doing it every freaking night. Steph Curry literally putting his team on his back in an elimination game in Game 7. I mean, like, Steph Curry put his team on his back in Game 7. Then he came out in Game 2 after losing Game 1 to the Lakers. Put his team on his back. So in Game 3, the Lakers said, "Oh no, it's not going to happen again." And I'm sorry, yeah, he turned into a facilitator in the game that they won, Game 2. He's been unbelievable. Yeah, and what Nikola Jokic does every night, he had 53 and 11.
Yeah, like, this isn't new.
Text line says, "Someone tell the Nuggets that the bad boy Pistons called they want their basketball back."
Oh my gosh. Okay, that's a joke.
It says, "I love seeing all the extracurricular activity in the NBA playoffs this year. It's been a while since we've seen a postseason like this." I like it too. I like that everybody isn't chummy, lovey, buddy. I think the deeper you get into series and deeper you get into the playoffs, right, the more cranky people get.
I also usually think there's a more clear idea who's actually going to be in the finals too, and I think there's a lot of teams that can get there.
Do you really? See, I don't know. It's clear at all to me.
I'm saying it's not clear. I'm saying this is why it's so good.
Yeah, I think. I mean,
I think these series are going to go to 7.
You can make an argument for any 4 team, all 4 teams left in the West.
Absolutely.
Right.
Usually we have a clear idea though. Yeah. Like, all right.
Yeah, we kind of see the path
Move
coming.
over.
All right, it's going to be the Warriors.
All right, they're going to sweep someone, and then we're just waiting for the other team. Waiting for the Suns.
No, I think that's right. Boy, there's a path that the Lakers can win this thing.
It's
insanity.
I
right?
talked so much smack, and I said they weren't going to make the play, and we're going to have to eat my words.
Look, sometimes we pick the 13th and the 16th horse.
I mean, yeah.
Sometimes we just...
Dude, no, I love that too. And we can talk about this, by the way. I always base it off names too with the Derby. It's like, I don't watch horse racing. I just do it for fun, and the ridiculous bets of like 15-1, whatever.
I always take a horse in about 8.
The mid one,
8
you
to
said?
15.
Yeah, that's smart.
I was
too.
on 2 fills,
I'm
and
not
2
saying
fills
it's
finished
smart
second.
betting. I just fun betting.
Yeah, I had 2 fills. Actually, I love the local horse. When it got scratched, I went on 2 fills and finished second. The Derby was good. Did you watch the Derby?
I love the Derby.
I love the Derby.
I was drinking Mint Juleps and watching it.
See, I didn't have any
and
Mint
I bet
Juleps.
on it for fun.
All right. Yeah, I enjoy it too. I think it's wonderful. All right, 8:30 this morning, we're going to have a conversation with Jarek Reed. JJ had that conversation, the former Lobo safety who's now a member of the Seattle Seahawks and going up for their first workouts. He got drafted in the 6th round a week ago on Saturday, so we'll hear that. When we come back, there's a lot of state tournaments going on, track and baseball and softball and tennis, and golf starts today. So when is a walk-off victory a loss? Well, the answer is when it turns into a forfeit. It sounds like there was really no controversy. This is kind of a crazy ending that I don't know that I've ever seen anything like it. It happened in the state baseball tournament this weekend. We're going to get into that because this is, I mean, it feels like one of a kind. I'll tell you about that next. Now I'm going to tell you about Aaron Jones and IPS, International Protective Service. They watch my home, and they have for years. They watch businesses and homes all over the greater Albuquerque area, keeping people safe and keeping their property protected because property crime's on the rise. Officer shortage continues to be an issue. Response time is getting longer and longer by APD because they just simply don't have the officers to get out there. IPS responds if your alarm goes off within 5 to 7 minutes with armed, trained security officers. They've been watching my home for years, and they do things like come by every single day. I've told you about when my alarm went off when I was out of town, and there they were, making sure everything was okay. When they drove by in the middle of the night and the garage door was open, and they would not leave until somebody came down and closed the garage door so we were protected. They're by every day. We feel secure. Our neighbors now use IPS. They protect what you've worked so hard to build. This is affordable, private security, highly trained armed guards, 24-hour patrols. Committed to our city and to your protection, call IPS and see what they can do for you. The number's 505-897-2420. That's area code 505-897-2420. Or online, you can visit them at ipsglobal.com.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com.
We fight the battles no one hears about.
We drop into the middle of firefights to rescue others.
And act as one-man air traffic control towers. We're the ones who go before all others.
U.S. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
Check it out.
What is it?
It's a time machine, bro. I could jump into the future, get my paycheck early.
I already get my paycheck early at U.S. Eagle.
Get your paycheck up to 2 days early with U.S. Eagle Early Payday. Now's a great time to have your checking with U.S. Eagle.
Time machine.
Your girlfriend breaks up with you in 22 hours, 53 minutes.
Wait, what? Seth?
Hi everyone, my name is Master Sergeant Jacob Groves. I am a Air Force Special Warfare Pararescueman. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Network and New Mexico Youth Sports. Air Force Special Warfare operators are critical thinkers. They maintain a high level of fitness, they take initiative, and they don't quit. For more information on Air Force Special Warfare, contact me at the number listed below.
U.S. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walking to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number one. Cover it with green stuff, one scoop is not enough. Find a booth is real tough, back by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot, it's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
These are more than just the sounds of a safe place to go after school. These are the sounds of interest being ignited and of mentors making an impact. At Boys and Girls Clubs, we don't do just one thing. We do whatever it takes to meet the needs of every kid who comes through those doors. Because whatever it takes is what it takes to build great futures. Great futures start here.
Sometimes it's the small things that make life easier, like never worrying about being declined at an ATM when only cash will do. With your covered from U.S. Eagle, we'll cover you, even if the money's not there. That's a good feeling. And we do it with no extra fees or penalties. It's called trust, and we think that's important, especially if we're asking you to trust us. At U.S. Eagle, that's just part of what it means when we say people mean more.
We fight the battles no one hears about.
We drop into the middle of firefights to rescue others.
And act as one-man air traffic control towers.
We're the ones who go before all others.
U.S. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
As a mom, I try to make the best choices for my family and our health. That's why I choose Western Sky Community Care. It's a Medicaid plan with quality health coverage and special benefits like Boys and Girls Club membership credit, additional dental benefits, and wellness and support programs. I decide which Medicaid plan is right for us. I choose Western Sky Community Care.
Learn more about Western Sky Community Care by visiting discoverwesternsky.com today.
Don't sacrifice quality and flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, green and red chili breakfast burritos, and Frontier Cinnabons. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenpride@abq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs, proud supporter of ProView Sports Network.
These are more than just the sounds of a safe place to go after school. These are the sounds of interest being ignited and of mentors making an impact. At Boys and Girls Clubs, we don't do just one thing. We do whatever it takes to meet the needs of every kid who comes through those doors. Because whatever it takes is what it takes to build great futures. Great futures start here.
95.9 FM and AM 610. The Sports Animal.
Tournament time around the state. Spring sports coming to a conclusion. School's going to be out soon. Congratulations to all those who were named champions in tennis over the weekend, track and field. Golf starts today. Shut down the course yesterday afternoon. I was able to
You're able to get in?
Get on the driving range. Figured something out with my driver yesterday, but I lost my irons. But yeah, they had small schools up at Canyon Club yesterday. Grady, the real Slim Grady, his son Malik was standing atop of the podium.
Wow.
300-meter low hurdle.
Congratulations.
Yeah, he was a winner. I was out at, where was I? I was at a district track meet all day Saturday. See, so it's going on. I'm not sure I've ever seen this before. I asked you before we went to break. When does a walk-off victory turn into a loss? And the answer is when you protest and you win the you would never see protests upheld, do you? I mean, there's always, we're protesting the game. Okay, great. But when are they ever upheld and the result of a game is overturned? Almost never, right? 5A baseball. It was game 3 of a 3-game set, winner advances. And it was Cleveland and Piedra Vista. First round series Saturday afternoon. It was out in Rio Rancho. And Cleveland walked off Piedra Vista 4-3. They won the game. They were moving on. And then they were on their bus headed back to Farmington. They got word that Piedra Vista that they won the game. So you're familiar with pitch counts in youth baseball, right?
I mean, it's been a minute.
Well, just to save arms, right? You watch Little
Yes,
League all the time,
of course.
and you can only pitch so many pitches in a period. So I guess, and I knew there was a pitch count, I just wasn't certain of it. So in high school baseball, a pitcher is allowed a maximum of 120 pitches in a 3-day period. And evidently Cleveland's pitcher who came in was in violation of that. And this is on the coach, right? And the coach admitted afterwards, it's on me. So evidently the pitcher threw 35 pitches on Friday. And then 100 pitches in game 3 on Saturday. That's 135.
Wow.
Well, the pitches Friday count towards the 120, right? That's within a 3-day period. The total did not reset to 0 the second day, which, according to the story that and I'm assuming this is James Yotis' story, it is. That's where the confusion originated. I don't know why a coaching staff would think, well, it pitched on Friday, so the clock resets. Well, it's a 3-day period. And so the pitches carry over. Cleveland's pitcher had about 85 pitches to work with. He threw 100 of them. And he was 15 over. And so after the game, Piedra Vista protested. Sally Marcus, the NMAA executive director, was called in, and the penalty for violating that rule evidently is forfeit. And Cleveland, if you break for those kids, right? I mean, Piedra Vista gets another chance, and they're moving on. The Cleveland's coach, Shane Schallenberger, said, we went over the limit. That's it, plain and simple. He didn't argue it. Now, he may, I mean, I don't know, maybe there's plenty of, if any of you were there, I'd really love to hear what you, I'm not going to pretend I was there. But I heard about this during the day. But right after the game, Piedra Vista filed it. Nobody disputed the results. Cleveland's out. Piedra Vista moves on. They'll play Volcano Vista Thursday in the quarterfinals. Schallenberger said it's our fault. That's such a bummer.
Man.
I mean,
oof, that's a tough one.
You know, for a senior, that's how your career ended. We won. I mean, you had the moment, you had the walk-off moment, you had the celebration, and an hour later, hey guys, yeah, we're out. What do you mean we're out? We just won. We're celebrating. We're at Menchie's. I know we celebrate with Menchie's. Isn't that how kids celebrate today? You go to Menchie's. Sure. It's, yeah. If you were out there, I'd love to hear your thoughts on that because, I don't know. How do you feel about that? I don't know that I've got a problem with Piedra Vista protesting. If that's the rule,
you got to play by the rules.
If you've got a pitcher who's dominant and you're counting his pitches just like they should be.
This is part of it. And
right?
Managing the game. That was bad on managing.
100%.
So
I don't have a problem with PV moving on the technicality. I feel bad for the kids at Cleveland. I do.
Did the pitcher, you think, have any idea? Like, I've been pitching a lot.
The pitcher's got to know, but it's not the pitcher's job to count his own pitches. No, this is 100% on the staff.
And it's a senior pitcher?
I don't know what year he was. I don't know.
No, I'm just curious.
No, there's no way I mean, if you're out there counting pitches, you're a mess.
Well, of course.
Right, they're every pitch,
but
man.
This is definitely on the staff, though. There's a rule. This is that's cheating.
Right, and whether
point blank.
I don't know why they would think that the pitch count would reset on Saturday after he pitched on Sunday, when the rule is you can only throw 120, whatever it is, 123 days.
Man, that's a bummer.
Right? Why would you think it would reset from Friday to Saturday? But what a heartbreaker for those kids, man. God. You know, good for Piedra Vista, and they're going to get a chance. They're going to come back down. They play Volcano. But what a just. I mean, your heart breaks for those kids, right?
Yes.
Academy won their
good
20th,
lesson to learn, though.
Yeah, Academy won their 20th straight state tennis championship.
Wow.
Yeah. All right, so here's what you have in 5A baseball. Moving on, Rio Rancho versus Rio Grande. This will be out at the Jennifer Reardon Field of Dreams complex, or the Kindness. What do they call it? The one out on the west side. I know Jennifer's name's on it. 5A, Rio Rancho, Rio Grande, Volcano Vista, Piedra Vista, Carlsbad, Centennial, and La Cueva Sandia. 4A, Grants, Deming, Academy. Wait, hold on. That's not right. Grants Academy on Thursday. Berlin, Artesia, Valley, Goddard, and St. Pius versus Santa Teresa. So this is good stuff, man. And then you got the big schools track will be this week. You got golf going on this week. If you're into the prep championships, it's all there for you. Like you've got something, and this is a really, really fun time. Most useless NMAA rule, Mike says, pitch count or home court being determined by last time hosted, even if it was 1955. Well, to me, I mean, it's not even arguable. The home court being determined by the return rule. I don't know that I have a problem with a pitch count rule. You know, if you've got a stud pitcher, some coaches would just run them to win and it's not good for them. It's to protect the pitcher. They've got it. I want to say every level of youth baseball, and high school would be I guess consider that. All right, when we return, I'm really looking forward to this. Jarek Reed, Lobo safety, is now a Seattle Seahawk. He's a former Lobo. He was drafted a week ago Saturday, Emery, in the 6th round by the Seahawks.
Yep.
And JJ had a conversation with Jarek Reed, and you're going to hear that next, and he'll tell you all about draft day and his chances of sticking in the NFL. It's the opening drive on 95.9 FM and AM 610 The Sports Animal.
Insurance.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
These are more than just the sounds of a safe place to go after school. These are the sounds of interest being ignited and of mentors making an impact. At Boys and Girls Clubs, we don't do just one thing. We do whatever it takes to meet the needs of every kid who comes through those doors. Because whatever it takes is what it takes to build great futures. Great futures start here.
Don't sacrifice quality of flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, green and red chili breakfast burritos, and Frontier Cinnabons. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenpride@abq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs, proud supporter of ProView Sports Network.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
For your business or your home, Valley Fence stands alone. We're number 1 in New Mexico for a reason. It's the best fence you can own. Proudly serving New Mexico for over 50 years. At Valley Fence, the difference is clear. No fence too big, too small, or difficult. We handle them all.
Check it out.
What is it?
It's a time machine, bro. I could jump into the future, get my paycheck early.
I already get my paycheck early at US Eagle.
Get your paycheck up to 2 days early with US Eagle Early Payday. Now's a great time to have your checking with US Eagle.
Time machine.
Your girlfriend breaks up with you in 22 hours, 53 minutes.
Wait, what? Seth?
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
We fight the battles no one hears about.
We drop into the middle of firefights to rescue others.
And act as one-man air traffic control towers. We're the ones who go before all others.
U.S. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
Rudy's is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com.
As a mom, I try to make the best choices for my family and our health. That's why I choose Western Sky Community Care. It's a Medicaid plan with quality health coverage and special benefits like Boys and Girls Club membership credit, additional dental benefits, and wellness and support programs. I decide which Medicaid plan is right for us. I choose Western Sky Community Care.
Learn more about Western Sky Community Care by visiting discoverwesternsky.com today.
Sometimes it's the small things that make life easier, like never worrying about being declined at an ATM when only cash will do. With your covered from US Eagle, we'll cover you, even if the money's not there. That's a good feeling. And we do it with no extra fees or penalties. It's called trust, and we think that's important, especially if we're asking you to trust us. At US Eagle, that's just part of what it means when we say people mean more.
Hi everyone, my name is Master Sergeant Jacob Groves. I am a Air Force Special Warfare Pararescueman. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Network and New Mexico Youth Sports. Air Force Special Warfare operators are critical thinkers. They maintain a high level of fitness, they take initiative, and they don't quit. For more information on Air Force Special Warfare, contact me at the number listed below.
U.S. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
These are more than just the sounds of a safe place to go after school. These are the sounds of interest being ignited and of mentors making an impact. At Boys and Girls Clubs, we don't do just one thing. We do whatever it takes to meet the needs of every kid who comes through those doors. Because whatever it takes is what it takes to build great futures. Great futures start here.
Dream style stucco. Stucco is the way to go. A Southwest tradition, beautiful and durable. The perfect combination. Your favorite color, your favorite texture. You're gonna love it when they put it all together. Through any weather, nothing looks better. From the smooth to the rough, they really know their stuff. No.
All right, before we get into Jarek Reed, this just came down about 10 minutes ago. Troy Lesesne, the former head coach of New Mexico United, has been named the head coach for the rest of the year in the MLS for New York Red Bulls. They parted ways at the club with Gerhard Struber, and Troy, who's a good dude, really good dude, is the coach for the rest of the year for New York Red Bulls in MLS. So that's kind of cool. United over the weekend got 2 goals in stoppage time. They were done. They were getting beat 2-0 going into stoppage time at Rio Grande Valley and pulled out a 2-2 draw down there against the Toros, so they get a point out of that road trip. All right. As promised, here's a conversation. So Jarek Reed was a standout defensive back for the Lobos and parlayed that into a really good pro day, into being all conference, and finding himself hearing his name called. Last Saturday, 6th round of the NFL draft, Seattle Seahawks picked Jarek Reed. JJ Buck had a conversation with Jarek, and it sounds like this.
Our next guest was a 6th round pick, number 198 overall by the Seattle Seahawks. He spent 5 years growing his game in college, 4 of those years at the University of New Mexico. He's the first Lobo selected since Jason Sanders was picked by the Dolphins in 2018, the most recent defensive player since DeAndre Wright in 2009 by the Giants. The kid from Olive Branch, Mississippi, is now the man going to the NFL. Jarek Reed joins us. Jarek, what's good, man? How are you?
What's good, man? I'm glad to be back on the show.
Well, it's great to have you. Have you been able to take a step back at all and just kind of enjoy the moment? Because I bet it's been crazy since you got that call.
Honestly, no. I haven't had like a full moment to process. I have my spurts here and there, at nighttime before I go to bed, or when I'm driving and the right song comes on, I get to, get in my feelings. I get hyped a little bit. But honestly, just too much time, no, I haven't. As soon as I got drafted that Saturday, I spent my time with my family that Saturday and Sunday. And then that Monday, I hit the highway. I went back to Texas, and I went back out here to train. And I've been out here this whole time training. And then I'm reporting this upcoming Thursday to Seattle. So it's been straight work. I enjoyed it the first 2 days, but it's back to work now.
And you look at what it was like for you. So you get a phone call from Seattle, and they're like, hey, we think you might go undrafted. We'll give you a call after the draft. But then they call back, and you see your name pop up on that screen. The Seahawks general manager is talking to you on the phone. What was that moment like?
And that's when you know, like, it's real. You know, it's life changing after that moment because all that hard work that you put in from Pee Wee up, you know, the 5 a.m. mat drills, the running in snow to the weight room, and your nose is bleeding because you put too much weight on the squat bar. Like all that hard work you put in, it just all comes at ease when you see your name on the TV. You get called by the GM, the head coach, your position coach, and like the organization has invested in you to come play for their team. You know, it just means a lot, and you get to share that time and that moment with your family and your loved ones that was rooting for you since you started playing this sport. And you just got to make them proud and make yourself proud at the same time.
What does family mean to you? What was it like to be able to experience that moment with all of them around you?
It meant the world, honestly. Me personally, I was never that person to host like a big event just to spotlight myself. You know, I'm a very close-oriented, humble guy, but my mom, she was like, hey, you're downplaying. This is big. This is huge. This is once in a lifetime. So she was the one who talked me into having this big party, and I'm glad she did. We had about roughly 50 to 80 people in our house, you know, celebrating and partying with us and just there for the moment. So family means the world to me. I'm very close family-oriented. I talk to my family, my immediate family, probably 3-4 times a week. A little sister called me last night just, you know, saying how happy she is for me. And my family's actually getting flown out by Seattle for the first weekend for rookie minicamp. So that's just how oriented I am with my family, how close we are. And we always share these big moments together.
Well, that's a great touch by the Seahawks. And we're joined by the Seahawks draft pick, Jarek Reed, former Lobos safety. And I'm sure you've watched your draft for a long time. You've known players that have been selected. Just to see your name pop up across the screen, even on that bottom scroll, is that like, hey, I got to take a picture of this moment? What's it like when you visualize it?
I think once I really saw my name, I was recording and I saw like the reactions from my family and I saw my name on the TV. Once I pushed pause and got my video, man, the tears just came. You know, I was hugging my mom. The tears just kept rolling. They kept rolling. You know, if you know me, you know I don't ever cry. You know, I'm a happy guy, a very high-spirited guy. But like that moment, you know, it broke me down. You know, it made me feel like, you know, I finally made it and the hard work didn't go undone. And it for sure was a lot of tears and it was very emotional. But that's a memory I'll never forget.
They're happy tears. They're tears of joy for sure. And was there a moment for you where the NFL became more than just a dream? You realized, hey, I have the talent where I could take that jump.
I think it happened after 2020 when I got my first team accolade. Because at first, obviously, you know, you play the sport hoping to get to the NFL. But when you're at like a lower tier school and you don't see that many guys going before you go to the NFL, so you don't have that mindset that, hey, I can make it as well. And once that accolade came and the people started hitting my phone like, hey, you got a chance, you got a chance. The scouts are calling me. I'm not calling me. The scouts come to the practice. And at that moment, I realized, okay, cool, I got enough talent to make it to the league. So I just went harder at that moment, you know, working out more, staying later, watching more film, taking care of my body more. And at that moment, I knew, okay, I can be in this league and I can strive in this league.
Your head coach at UNM, Danny Gonzalez, he said that the team was better, not just because of your talent, but because of your leadership. What does it mean to hear you described like that?
It means the world. Honestly, like I said before, it just showed that my hard work and my dedication to this game didn't go unnoticed. You know, I was starting off, I was like a lead by example guy. I wasn't the very most vocal guy. I just came to work, did my best, did everything I was asked, plus some. You know, I stayed later on my own and watched the film for myself, and, you know, guys noticed that. You know, guys know who put in that work because it shows up on the field. So when guys started seeing what I was doing, of course they, you know, came to me, hey, can I join you? What do you do at this moment? You know, and I just took them along like, hey, look, this is how I do it, showed them the ropes. And it's just, that went a long way when it came to, for sure, the secondary, but the defense, and then it led to the whole team. And I feel like it made us better in that aspect, and I left that piece of myself with that team. So going on from generation to generations, they'll show the next guy what I showed them. And it just, that means the world.
Jarek Reed joining us. And you mentioned that people saw your work ethic and they wanted to join you and follow you. Was that something that you embraced, or did it just kind of happen naturally and then you realized, oh, I'm a leader out here and I got to be this for this team?
It was 100% natural. I feel like leadership comes natural. You can't force being a leader because guys won't follow you. So it wasn't my intentions to do what I did, and hopefully people follow me. It was just me being me. That's when I say I'm a genuine guy, and if you want to follow, cool. You can tag along. I got your back. I'm gonna help you throughout this way. If you don't, hey, that's cool. Go your own route. I'm not mad at you. So when you see like our secondary, we had the 8th youngest team in the country. For those guys to take the initiative and come to me for advice or for motivation or for mentorship, I mean, that just makes me a better person, because now I got to hold myself to a standard, because I know I got these guys who are coming behind me. We're trying to be where I'm at now. So it's a tug of war, you know. They pushing me, I'm pushing them, and it's just what makes us better in the end.
You know, Jarek, your journey is far from done, but what was it like branching out from Olive Branch? You went to Northwest Mississippi Community College for a year, which is close to home, but then you jet to Albuquerque. You had that COVID year in Las Vegas. Who are some of the people that really helped you, through that time when you took that big jump to D1?
My close family and my friends. So my mom, my brother, my sister, and then my roommates. Those are the people I talk to the most. When times get hard, I call my mom, I call my brother. We chop it up. We just talk about our days and just talk about how we can work through certain problems. And obviously my homies, bro, we all share the same mental. We're all different in certain ways, but we all have the same goals. So it's like when something's beating us down or we just frustrated with something, we can always go to one another and just talk about it, discuss it, ease our minds, and then just boom, next day mentality. Let's keep going. Let's keep pushing. We got a common goal. So it's just the close ones around me. They know who they are. Like I said, I'm cool with a lot of people, but people know who my real friends, the people I really rock with are. And those people are the ones that keep me motivated, keep me humble, and keep me going forward.
Just a couple more minutes on with Jarek Reed, the newest safety for the Seattle Seahawks. And you could have played a year or two at a different school. The transfer portal is there. It allows players the ability to move without sitting out a year. But what kept you at UNM, and why did you want to see that out until the end?
Just about how I was raised. I was never raised to just give up and quit and move on to the next journey. Coming out of high school, I went from a powerhouse high school to JUCO, and then from there, powerhouse JUCO to New Mexico, and I didn't have any offers. Coming out of high school, I was a low-level recruit. I only have FCS offers. I wanted to go FBS or Power 5. When I went to JUCO, I didn't get that. The only school that gave me a chance was New Mexico. And once I got here, the community, the state, the atmosphere just showed me love, man. They took me under their wing and made sure that I was good around the city. Everything I needed was taken care of. And it's just that didn't go unnoticed, Like you said, I did have my opportunities after my first team all-conference year to leave and go to a bigger school like I wanted to, get the NIL deals and get the recognition I deserve. But, I don't turn my back on the ones who reached out first and showed that love to me, and I never had that many bad experiences in New Mexico when it came to, like, crime or bad people. It was always good vibes, good, genuine vibes. I met a lot of people who still to this day text my phone showing love, man. It was just genuine love, and I just always remember them, and I just didn't want to turn my back on them. And I believe in what Coach G is doing at that school. And I think in the next couple of years when he gets the right guys and that culture is really established, New Mexico is going to be a great place to be.
But you look at your time at UNM, you played safety. Maybe you get a chance at nickelback. Special teams is going to be important trying to make an NFL roster. What are you working on, and maybe what are some of the insights Seattle has given you to be ready for when you hit camp?
Just conditioning, going ahead. So as soon as I get there for rookie minicamp, I'm in shape. I'm ready to go. I'm not tired. I'm not looking gassed. I'm studying the playbook. They ship me my iPad, and I'm already going over the plays. So I can just, as soon as I land off that flight, I'm ready to go. I already know what the plays we're going to run. I know the system. It's just, okay, let's go out there and execute. When it comes to the skill level, we're all good in NFL. That's how we got here. So it's not really focusing too much on getting better. It's just being efficient in everything that we do. It's not that who can be the fastest, who is the strongest. It's who can make the most plays and who is doing it at an efficient rate. And so that's just the majority of things that I'm doing and working on and focusing on, is just being more efficient, more consistent, and more detailed about everything I do.
Well, man, you got a whole lot of people in your corner. Lobo fans will be following you for your entire career. It was great watching you play. Can't wait to see you at the next level, and we always appreciate the time, man. Thank you.
Of course, man. I appreciate you once again for having me on this show. And I wish y'all good luck this upcoming season and in this upcoming year, and stay in touch.
This report is sponsored by
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
As a mom, I try to make the best choices for my family and our health. That's why I choose Western Sky Community Care. It's a Medicaid plan with quality health coverage and special benefits like Boys and Girls Club membership credit, additional dental benefits, and wellness and support programs. I decide which Medicaid plan is right for us. I choose Western Sky Community Care.
Learn more about Western Sky Community Care by visiting discoverwesternsky.com today.
Don't sacrifice quality and flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, green and red chili breakfast burritos, and Frontier Cinnabons. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenpride@abq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs, proud supporter of ProView Sports Network.
These are more than just the sounds of a safe place to go after school. These are the sounds of interest being ignited and of mentors making an impact. At Boys and Girls Clubs, we don't do just one thing. We do whatever it takes to meet the needs of every kid who comes through those doors. Because whatever it takes is what it takes to build great futures. Great futures start here.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. Everguard Roofing and Solar. For nearly 20 years, Everguard Roofing and Solar has been working with New Mexicans to enhance their homes and businesses. For all your roofing and solar needs in New Mexico, call 505-821-9543. Rudy's is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
Check it out.
What is it?
It's a time machine, bro. I could jump into the future, get my paycheck early.
I already get my paycheck early at US Eagle.
Get your paycheck up to 2 days early with US Eagle Early Payday. Now's a great time to have your checking with US Eagle.
Time machine.
Your girlfriend breaks up with you in 22 hours, 53 minutes.
Wait, what? Seth?
Hi everyone, my name is Master Sergeant Jacob Groves. I am a Air Force Special Warfare Pararescueman. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Network and New Mexico Youth Sports. Air Force Special Warfare operators are critical thinkers. They maintain a high level of fitness, they take initiative, and they don't quit. For more information on Air Force Special Warfare, contact me at the number listed below.
U.S. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com.
We fight the battles no one hears about.
We drop into the middle of firefights to rescue others.
And act as one-man air traffic control towers.
We're the ones who go before all others.
U.S. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
Dream style stucco. Stucco is the way to go. A Southwest tradition, beautiful.
FM and AM 610. The sports animal.
Great job by JJ. And I thought Jarek is somebody that, boy, it's going to be hard not to root for him. Jarek Reed was just with us. If you missed it, it'll be up. It'll be posted. It'll be wherever you get your podcasts. I got a lot of thoughts on the former Lobo, now Seahawk. What'd you take out of that?
Oh, man, what a great kid. and exciting. I like how his mom's like, no, we're throwing this party.
Right.
This is a big deal. And and I don't care what round you go on, to be drafted in the NFL is incredible.
Yeah, he says he's glad that they did. JJ asked him towards the end. He said, "You had an opportunity, man. You could have gone somewhere else. You could have gotten NIL money. You could have gotten more exposure, gone to a program that's having more success right now." And his response was, "That's not the way I was raised. I wasn't raised to just quit on something. I don't turn my back," he said. "I don't quit. I believe in what Coach G is doing." The fact that he said New Mexico was the only school that gave him a chance coming out of junior college wasn't lost on him. Then he comes here and he becomes an all-conference guy, and he had offers, and he could have gone to a Power 5 school, and he could have gone and made more NIL money, and he didn't. I'll tell you straight up, that makes me a fan of him.
And that says a lot too for Danny Gonzalez, for Coach Gonzalez and UNM football. So that
I think it says a lot about what Danny's doing, certainly, and you've got an NFL guy, and hopefully he'll stick and he'll make a name for himself, because that helps your program. Not everybody's going to do that, and I understand. And I'm not going to hold it against someone who says, I've got an opportunity, I'm going to go make NIL money, I'm going to go to a Power 5 and get more exposure, because they get 6 guys drafted and Mexico gets 1. Get it, if that's your thing. But I will tell you, I got ultimate respect for a dude who says, I don't forget where I'm from. And it's not what he said, but it's kind of what he said, right? That's how I interpreted it. The guy who says, it's not the way I was raised. I wasn't raised to quit on something just to go make a buck. When his phone started blowing up and he got scouts showing up at practice, he said, what did I do? He didn't get caught up in himself and start reading his clippings.
What did I do?
You know what he said? He said, I started working harder.
Motivated.
A lot of guys would have kind of backed off. Wow, I'm already there. The scouts are here. Now, this young man said, I worked harder. I got in the weight room more. I watched more film. I showed up early. I stayed late. Well-spoken, respectful, hardworking. How do you not root for that dude? Like, honestly, how do you, even if you're an Aggie fan or you don't like the
or Jeff, I was going to say, as a NFC West guy, I think you're still going to be rooting for him.
Well, sure. Look, I mean, I've always liked Pete Carroll because I was an SC guy, right? But I still like Pete Carroll. But I listen to a young man like that, and I'm like, okay. Yeah, I've told you, and obviously he and his mom are close. And I think parenting is one of the lost arts in our society sometimes, right? I think, if you want to get me over on News Radio KKLB, if I ever make it to the big leagues, I think one of the biggest problems we have in our society is parenting, right? But obviously Jarek's parents did a heck of a job raising that young man and instilling what's really important into him. At some point you take over and you go your own way. But that's going to be a hard young man not to root for. I don't quit. I'm not turning my back on the one program that gave me an opportunity coming out of junior college. One program. That was UNM. So sometimes let's not look at all the stars on recruits, by the way. Oh, they didn't have any 5 stars, and they got, okay, this guy was not a 5-star, 4-star, or 3-star. You know what he is? He's a pro. He's a hell of a young man. Hope you enjoyed that. We're going to reset when we get back. More clutch in the playoffs. James Harden, Booker, Curry, Butler, Jokic has been the most clutch player in these playoffs. It's the opening drive on 95.9 FM. And AM 610, the sports animal.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
These are more than just the sounds of a safe place to go after school. These are the sounds of interest being ignited and of mentors making an impact. At Boys and Girls Clubs, we don't do just one thing. We do whatever it takes to meet the needs of every kid who comes through those doors. Because whatever it takes is what it takes to build great futures. Great futures start here.
International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com.
Sometimes it's the small things that make life easier, like never worrying about being declined at an ATM when only cash will do. With You're Covered from US Eagle, we'll cover you, even if the money's not there. That's a good feeling. And we do it with no extra fees or penalties. It's called trust, and we think that's important, especially if we're asking you to trust us. At US Eagle, that's just part of what it means when we say people mean more.
Don't sacrifice quality of flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, green and red chili breakfast burritos, and Frontier Cinnabons. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenpride@abq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs, proud supporter of ProView Sports Network.
Check it out.
What is it?
It's a time machine, bro. I could jump into the future, get my paycheck early.
I already get my paycheck early at US Eagle.
Get your paycheck up to 2 days early with US Eagle Early Payday. Now's a great time to have your checking with US Eagle.
Time machine.
Your girlfriend breaks up with you in 22 hours, 53 minutes.
Wait, what? Seth?
We fight the battles no one hears about.
We drop into the middle of firefights to rescue others.
And act as one-man air traffic control towers.
We're the ones who go before all others.
U.S. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
Hi everyone, my name is Master Sergeant Jacob Groves. I am a Air Force Special Warfare pararescueman. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Network and New Mexico Youth Sports. Air Force Special Warfare operators are critical thinkers. They maintain a high level of fitness, they take initiative, and they don't quit. For more information on Air Force Special Warfare, contact me at the number listed below.
U.S. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
As a mom, I try to make the best choices for my family and our health. That's why I choose Western Sky Community Care. It's a Medicaid plan with quality health coverage and special benefits like Boys and Girls Club membership credit, additional dental benefits, and wellness and support programs. I decide which Medicaid plan is right for us. I choose Western Sky Community Care.
Learn more about Western Sky Community Care by visiting discoverwesternsky.com today.
International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walking to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number one. Cover it with green stuff, one scoop is not enough. Find a booth is real tough, back by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot, it's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
We fight the battles no one hears about.
We drop into the middle of firefights to rescue others.
And act as one-man air.
Now, voted the best sports show in New Mexico for 5 years running. It's the OD in the AM with 3-time New Mexico Sportscaster of the Year, Jeff Symbieta, A. Marie Castillo, and JJ Buck.
All right, good response on the conversation that JJ had with Jarek Reed, the former Lobo defensive back who's now a draft pick of the Seahawks, will be up in Seattle this week. I got a text, Amory. It says on the text line, you can send these at 505-246-0610. It says, I'm a former Lobo football player. Had the opportunity to be around Jarek for one season. He's 110% authentic, not a more deserving person.
Awesome.
I think that's really cool. No, appreciate that.
And if you did miss the interview, both our interviews today are already up anywhere where you can find podcasts with Jill Trujillo and Jarek.
Jill was really good today too, and we'll I'll get you updates on that. We got a text from Eric Strauss. You know, House of Strauss.
Yeah,
he does evenings over on the big leagues.
I worked with him last week.
Yeah, he says you are the big leagues. By the way, that was very nice. I said, yeah, I get a sniff when I get to be a guest on your big time show every once in a while. Just a career minor leaguer over here. I'm good. I'm good with that. You got to taste the big leagues last week. The food better over there. The travel better. The locker rooms better.
Well, now I'm full time over there in the afternoons, but you know.
Yeah, you are big league.
I don't know if I'm big league, but I sure enjoy you all.
They made Gato Roberto over here on Cinco de Mayo. Oh. Gato Roberto. What a hoe, by the way.
By the way, so I'm busy over there with Bob Clark, but I just see the hoe from afar.
See it?
Oh, yeah. I got on our Twitter and tweeted what a hoe.
It was a Cinco de Mayo.
Like, it caught my attention from
as it should.
The other window.
As it should. Cinco de Mayo. That's what it was. All right, lots going on. No JJ today. He'll be back tomorrow, I believe. He's
back tomorrow.
Taking a day off. Like JJ Buck
nice
taking a day
long
off.
Weekend.
Good for him. I get it all the time. Oh, you're taking all these days off. Not really.
Well,
I don't even know that I've taken a day off this year. I've
just
been gone a few, but
you're just working in other places while working here.
I got work
which we appreciate. But you should have seen JJ Buck last week. He's like, I think I'm going to take off. I'm like, are you convincing yourself to take a day off? Just take the day off.
Yeah. Then he kind of said, all right, I'm taking Monday off. All right, cool. And it didn't even hit me until like Saturday. I'm like, I think JJ's off this weekend. All right. Here's what we got for you. And so we've been on this whole who's been the most clutch player in the NBA in the playoffs. And I don't know that there's a wrong answer of these five. If you tell me James Harden with a couple 40 pluses and hitting the two shots yesterday, one in regulation, one in overtime to win it, you're not wrong. If you told me Devin Booker, who's on a historical run, the Phoenix Suns, you wouldn't be wrong. If you said Steph Curry, who put his team on his back in Game 7 in the first round to beat Sacramento, and then went for, it's just been ridiculous against the Lakers and morphed himself, you wouldn't be wrong. If you said Jimmy Butler, who single-handedly took his team past the number one seed, Milwaukee, and now has his team up 2-1 over the Knicks, I don't know how you'd be wrong. If you said Nikola Jokic, who had 53 in a loss yesterday and shoved Matt Ishbia, the Suns owner, 20 of 30, you're not wrong. I'm wherever you want to go. My point on this whole thing, Amory, was we've watched some really, really good hoops. Now, I don't think the Lakers-Warriors series has been necessarily good. It's been two blowouts. The last two fourth quarters have been unwatchable. But I think we're still going to see something there. I think that gets good. Anthony Davis is on the fringe of that, but he's good in the games. He's really good. But he can't be the most clutch guy when he disappears half the time, right?
Right.
And he's due for one of those. I keep thinking there's
that's
no
the
way.
least exciting series. Everything else is neck and neck.
Unless the Warriors win tonight.
True.
Right? If the Warriors win tonight, we're back.
I think
to
all
2-2.
these series are going to go pretty
6
far.
or 7? Yeah,
Yep.
6 or 7. Suns win yesterday. They beat the Nuggets 129-124. Butler and Kevin Durant. I'm sorry, Booker and Kevin Durant. 36 points apiece. Nikola Jokic, 53 in a loss. Sixers 116, Celtics 115. Overtime yesterday. James Harden, floater in regulation to send it to overtime. And then the three-pointer to win it off a feed from Joel Embiid. Jaylen Brown came and helped, left Harden open in the corner, splash. Marcus Smart hits a shot after the buzzer that would have won it. But it was a clean tick afterwards. Good stuff yesterday. So that tonight you get the Warriors and the Lakers, you get the Knicks and the Heat. The other big news in the NBA or basketball world, LeBron James' kid going to SC. Fight on, young man. Bronny going to SC. I don't know how good Bronny is or not. So I've read so many different stories, reviews, scouting reports. I can't sit here and tell you I've seen Bronny. I've seen highlights. I've learned this. Everybody is great on their highlight film. Everybody is great on their highlight film. I've heard some people say that, he's good, but somebody's going to reach on him after 1 year so they can get LeBron. I've heard he's okay. I've heard all the way up to he's great. I have no idea. All I know is what Andy Enfield and USC did was put themselves in a position where there will be all kinds of eyeballs on them. And what do they tell you? No PR is bad PR, right?
Correct.
There's going to be all kinds of attention on the University of Southern California basketball program. Now, they were nice last year. They made the tournament. They went out in the first round. Andy Enfield, I want to say, has been there 10 years after going to Florida Gulf Coast and turning that thing into Dunk City. He done a nice job at SC. But this is such a good get for him. This is such a good get, whether he can play or not, because the exposure that's going to come, not that SC needs a bunch of exposure, but having Bronny, and whether he's there for one, and he's probably there for 1 year, right?
Oh, absolutely. And I always, it's always big shoes to fill. No matter what, you're always going to be compared to your dad if one of your dad is one of the greats. I look, whether you're LeBron's, Michael's, or I even think Tiger Woods' kid, who I love watching on the videos too.
Every once in a while, the son is better than the dad, right? If your dad was great, and look, Bronny is not going to be better than LeBron. I will say that now. I feel with absolute security because I don't know that we're going to see two people in the rest of our lives that are better than LeBron, right? 6'3", not 6'8". I mean, he's going to be good. I'm thinking, how many? So who? You got a few where the dad was really good and the kid was better. I think Ken Griffey Jr. I think Barry Bonds.
Ooh, good one.
Right, Bobby was a really good player. Bobby Bonds was a really good player. Kenny was better. I'm sorry, Barry was better. Ken Griffey Sr. was a really good player. Ken Jr. was better. There's and Adrian's got some clips. Great work, Adrian, on the simulcast.
About Peyton or Eli?
Were they better than Archie? Yeah, probably. That's good.
Kobe?
Yeah, but his dad was Jellybean Bryant was I don't ever remember seeing him play, but yeah, Kobe was. Yeah.
This list is good. Cal Ripken Jr.
So you pulled up father.
Yeah,
son?
I just looked to see what sons were better than these.
But give me give me a dad who was really good. Like when you got a guy that was like the Boones were interesting. Bob Boone, and then you had Aaron Boone come up, and I would tell you Daddy was better. Daddy was a really good player. You got one where the dad was really good. Yeah.
And then Clay Matthews. No, I'm just going down the list to see if I can see
Yeah. It's actually interesting, and this is going to be, I guess Arch Manning doesn't count because it's Cooper's kid, right? So is he better than his uncles? That list is always good, but I thought Bronny going to SC was a big deal for them. All right, when we come back, I want to wrap up the local weekend. Ice Chopes played. Lobos had a big baseball series on the road. United was on the road, so and all the state stuff that's going on. So I want to kind of go run through the local weekend, and as good as it was for the Lobos coming off the Fresno series a week ago, doesn't look as good now. Explain what they've got to do to find the postseason. Next, it's the opening drive on 95.9 FM and AM 610, the Sports Animal.
Jim Rowe.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com.
We fight the battles no one hears about.
We drop into the middle of firefights to rescue others.
And act as one-man air traffic control towers.
We're the ones who go before all others.
U.S. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
Check it out.
What is it?
It's a time machine, bro. I could jump into the future, get my paycheck early.
I already get my paycheck early at U.S. Eagle.
Get your paycheck up to 2 days early with U.S. Eagle Early Payday. Now's a great time to have your checking with U.S. Eagle.
Time machine.
Your girlfriend breaks up with you in 22 hours, 53 minutes.
Wait, what? Seth?
Hi everyone, my name is Master Sergeant Jacob Groves. I am a Air Force Special Warfare Pararescueman. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Network and New Mexico Youth Sports. Air Force Special Warfare operators are critical thinkers. They maintain a high level of fitness, they take initiative, and they don't quit. For more information on Air Force Special Warfare, contact me at the number listed below.
U.S. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walking to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number one. Cover it with green stuff, one scoop is not enough. Find a booth is real tough, back by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot, it's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
These are more than just the sounds of a safe place to go after school. These are the sounds of interest being ignited and of mentors making an impact. At Boys and Girls Clubs, we don't do just one thing. We do whatever it takes to meet the needs of every kid who comes through those doors. Because whatever it takes is what it takes to build great futures. Great futures start here.
Sometimes it's the small things that make life easier, like never worrying about being declined at an ATM when only cash will do. With You're Covered from U.S. Eagle, we'll cover you, even if the money's not there. That's a good feeling. And we do it with no extra fees or penalties. It's called trust, and we think that's important, especially if we're asking you to trust us. At U.S. Eagle, that's just part of what it means when we say people mean more.
We fight the battles no one hears about.
We drop into the middle of firefights to rescue others.
And act as one-man air traffic control towers.
We're the ones who go before all others.
U.S. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
As a mom, I try to make the best choices for my family and our health. That's why I choose Western Sky Community Care. It's a Medicaid plan with quality health coverage and special benefits like Boys and Girls Club membership credit, additional dental benefits, and wellness and support programs. I decide which Medicaid plan is right for us. I choose Western Sky Community Care.
Learn more about Western Sky Community Care by visiting discoverwesternsky.com today.
Don't sacrifice quality of flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, green and red chili breakfast burritos, and Frontier Cinnabons. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenpride@abq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs, proud supporter of ProView Sports Network.
These are more than just the sounds of a safe place to go after school. These are the sounds of interest being ignited and of mentors making an impact. At Boys and Girls Clubs, we don't do just one thing. We do whatever it takes to meet the needs of every kid who comes through those doors. Because whatever it takes is what it takes to build great futures. Great futures start here.
like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. Everguard Roofing and Solar. For nearly 20 years, Everguard Roofing and Solar has been working with New Mexicans to enhance their homes and businesses. For all your roofing and solar needs in New Mexico, call.
Larry sent me a text. Said, great interview with Jarek Reed. Definitely will be cheering for that quality young man to make an impact at the next level. His character showed big time in that interview. I thought so too. JG did a really nice job with that. If you missed the conversation with now former Lobo safety Jarek Reed, part of the Seattle Seahawks draft class, you can go to our website, sportsatletiq.com, and or wherever it is you get your podcast and find it there. It's the opening drive. Glad you're with us on the Sports Animal this morning. Hey, thanks for taking time every day to spend some time with us. Appreciate your input. A lot of input this morning. I got a bunch of your correspondence I need to get to today. Appreciate you choosing to be with us. There's a lot of things you can do, and glad you're with us. Talked a little bit about Cleveland and Piedra Vista baseball, state baseball. And Cleveland, in the decisive Game 3 of that first-round series, appeared to have walked off Piedra Vista, won the game 4-3. They celebrated. PV got on the bus, went back to Farmington. But before they did, they protested, and the protest was upheld because Cleveland's pitcher had thrown more than 120 pitches in 3 days. You're allowed 120 over 3 days. He was at about 135 from Friday to Saturday. And the protest was upheld. PV goes on. Text line says, hope the Cleveland coaches aren't math teachers. Not able to count to 120 is one thing, but not able to count to 3 is not good. Yeah, I don't know where the confusion was, dude. I don't know why you would think the clock would restart after Friday to Saturday. Right?
Big mistake.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know where that all came from. All right, over the weekend, and actually, let me give you a little breaking news this morning, about an hour ago. Troy Lesesne, the former head coach of New Mexico United, was named the head coach for the rest of the year of New York Red Bulls. Red Bulls fired their coach, and Troy's been there as the assistant, so he'll lead an MLS team for the rest of the year. That's a big deal. Troy's a good dude. Over the weekend, down in Rio Grande Valley, I believe it's in Harlingen, New Mexico United got 2 goals in stoppage time. They were down by 2 going into second half stoppage time. And they got a Harry Schwartz goal, and they got a Sergio Rivas goal. And we're able to get a point out of that. They are 2 wins, 3 losses, 2 ties after the 2-2 draw. Down there, next up, Open Cup. They'll play an MLS team on Wednesday. They play Austin, down in Austin. And then back to USL Championship play after that on next weekend. Isotopes lose 2-4 over the weekend. They got beat by Sugarland last night. And Lobo baseball over the weekend loses 2 out of 3 in Vegas. So remember a week ago, Emery, they were all fired up. They beat Fresno State. They had that sweep. Now they are 2 games back of Fresno State in the standings for 4th place. 4th place is the final spot in the conference tournament. Fresno took 2 out of 3 from Nevada. Lobos lose 2 out of 3 in Vegas. Nevada Reno comes in here for 3 this weekend. A big set before UNM. It's their final home series of the season. They'll finish out the season in San Diego against the Aztecs, who are in first place. So a big set of games for UNM this weekend, as they kind of need to sweep UNR this weekend at home. So that's kind of what happened over the weekend locally. If you want to get on any of that, feel free. The number is 246-0610 or 888-922-0610. I got a lot of emails on the Derby, Kentucky Derby, and people watching that.
Well, so it's such a huge event. Like, even if you're not into horse racing, I feel like everyone watches it.
Yeah. Carl wants to talk Preakness. He says, I think the Derby is the second most overrated event in sports. JJ,
why?
JJ thinks it's the most. JJ's not. It's not his jam,
really? Which
is fine.
I think it's so fun.
I do too. But Carl says, I much prefer the Preakness. A lot of filler that bloats the Derby field at 20 is in the transfer portal, as Carl predicted, and they won't be at Pimlico. So now you see the cream have the opportunity to start rising to the top. They're setting up nicely for an interesting weekend. Okay. All right.
People don't like picking horses and drinking mint juleps?
I mean,
yum.
Right. I don't know. Dan's in on local sports, Jeffrey. No, Juan Jose Ana Maria.
No Juan Jose.
Yeah. Says, this is my favorite time of year. The local sports dude shows some random meaningless highlight of the third inning, like Albuquerque's baseball team gets on the board with the sac fly, but the other guys win the game 7-3. Yeah, I actually noticed a lot of that this weekend.
Hey, the Isotopes had good turnout all weekend, though. So that's
15,000
awesome.
plus on
That's
Cinco.
awesome.
Yeah. There's nothing like the old ball game. I mean, they still do just such a great job. There's nothing like going out to the old ball yard. And it's so fun out there. Like, and you all still love to go. Hot take 76. Jeff, when you give up 76 points in 6 games, the baseball team was lucky to go 2-4. It's time for a new defensive coordinator. Yep, they gave up over 10 runs a game, almost 11 runs a game to Sugar Land this week. The ball was flying. Maurice says Space Cowboys 24, Albuquerque's baseball team 8. PCL really needs a mercy rule, Jeff. I don't need to see Sugar Land not tagging up because they don't want to run up the score. Mercy rule in the pros. Probably not.
I know you would think with the pitch clock, these games are faster. There's so many runs and so much action.
Day games out there always have a bunch of runs, too. Gus says Albuquerque baseball in Las Vegas, Jeff, on the Sin City opening drive this morning. They're saying it's a must-win series for them. It's their chance to close a 7-length gap for first place against a club that's really struggling to get stops defensively. Look at all these people like loving on Isotopes baseball.
I mean,
it's good.
Started off pretty good.
Yeah. Tellus is in on the hoops. We spent a lot of time this morning talking about Nikola Jokic shoving Matt Ishbia, the owner of the Phoenix Suns. I just went and watched it again during the break. So Ishbia does put his hand on his waist. He does step into him. And Jokic just kind of extended his arm like, get off me. He didn't hit him. He didn't stare him down. He didn't talk bleep at him. And then Ishbia felt like he was shot. You and I are both in agreements on this. If the NBA comes out today and suspends Jokic, it's criminal, right?
Very sus.
No, it's criminal.
No, and this is when I hear all these crazy sports fans that think sports are rigged, this is when I will believe it.
This will decide the series. And I'll take you back to 2007. Suns had a great team. That was Steve Nash and Amari Stoudemire and a really great team. And there was a fracas. Robert Horry took out one of the players, just a brutal check on the sidelines. And Stoudemire and I think it was Boris Diaw both stepped out on the court. And when the NBA reviewed it, they deemed that those two players had left the bench to get involved in the fracas. And that caused an automatic suspension. It was such crap because they didn't really push anybody. They just kind of stepped out a few steps. But the NBA suspended them, and those, two of your best players weren't available for the next game, and the Spurs win the series. And Suns fans still has not gotten over that.
Oh, so this is their justice?
They would feel this would be their justice. Yeah, all these years later. Now, I'm not telling you it
win
is.
a ring, and then it'll be.
Well, but this would help them get that way. I'm not telling you it would be, and I'm not telling you it should be. But I can tell you that's where they're coming from, the longtime Suns fan. This would be, there's nothing to suspend Nikola Jokic about here.
Nothing.
He was defending himself. A dude was in his face, didn't give him the ball. You're supposed to decipher in the moment, oh, well, that's the guy who bought the team. I should treat him differently, let him keep the ball from me, let him put his hands on me. As Nikola Jokic said, and we played it earlier, he put his hands on me. If the league suspends Jokic, who are they protecting? Are they protecting the players? No, is he twice the size of Matt Ishbia? Yeah. But what's dude doing holding on to the basketball? Getting in his face, stepping towards him, putting his hand on his hip. He said, well, it was a fan. Well, yeah, but did you know it was the owner of the Suns? So he's a fan. Like Michael Malone, the coach of the Nuggets, said, I don't give a bleep. And nor should he give a bleep. At that point, should that guy get treated any different than anybody else?
No.
Should that guy get treated any different than any other fan? I mean, I'll argue with you that guy should be held to a higher standard than any other fan.
And what are you doing?
And what are you doing? What are you doing? Why are you holding the ball and trying to step into Nikola Jokic? Fans are so tough.
When Jokic was doing, he wasn't doing anything in general. He was just grabbing
wanted the
ball
ball back. Yeah, he wanted the ball back. They wanted to go and let's go play. He wanted the ball back.
And you said this earlier. If it was any other fan, they would have been ejected from that stadium.
Well, the dude that came around him and kind of put his hand on Jokic, I believe, was ejected from the arena after that.
None of the players should be touched, and you should protect the players. Fans are crazy.
I don't think we're going to see a suspension here.
No way.
But I'm not sure I have total faith in what's going on here. Do you?
No.
I don't think we'll see a suspension. But we will see. All right, 505-246-0610. There was some great baseball over the weekend, too. You see the Dodgers come back last night? Well, the Padres, every time the Padres play the Dodgers, they think it's like the World Series. Relax. Just relax. And is Andrew Luck ready to come back to the NFL? There's been some inquiries on that. Don't you dare inquire about Andrew
Jim
Luck.
Irsay got a little vocal about it.
A little vocal. We'll get into that next. Hey, I got a new jeweler. And I say new over the last 6 months or so. I went over to John Thomas Jewelers. I was introduced to them and was so unbelievably impressed. I've since made a nice purchase that went over really, really well. John Thomas Jewelers does more custom jewelry in a week than most jewelers do in a year. And they're way more affordable than you think. Well, how can that be, Jeff? Because they do it all on premises. They don't send the custom jewelry out to LA or to Boston or New York, wherever they do this stuff. They have a state-of-the-art facility and top-of-the-line, incredibly talented jewelers and designers right there. So if you need something repaired or made, it's all done right here. This isn't your regular mall jewelry store where you walk in, you get high pressure to buy something out of the case. When you're looking to buy that engagement ring and you want it to stand out and it's going to be something that you're going to, and she's going to love forever, go do yourself a favor. Just go do yourself a favor and stop by John Thomas Jewelers on the 3rd floor of the Lewis University building. It's on Louisiana, 1 block south of Mall, across the street to the east of Coronado Mall. Just do yourself a favor. You don't have to go purchase right away, but I think you're gonna realize, wow, this is what I want to do. There's nothing like them. And now with any purchase of just $5,999, John Thomas Jewelers is giving away a 7-night all-inclusive trip to the Dominican Republic. So it's perfect for couples looking to get engaged. You get the ring and you get the honeymoon. Perfect for couples looking to celebrate an anniversary. You get jewelry and a trip, or anyone just looking to get away. Now look, this is not a contest. With any purchase of $59.99, the trip is yours. All the food, all the drinks, tropical destination, they give it away until they run out, until supplies last. All right? Or as long as supplies last. John Thomas Jewelers, 3rd floor, Lewis University building on Louisiana, 1 block south of Mall. If you can dream it, they will make it.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
These are more than just the sounds of a safe place to go after school. These are the sounds of interest being ignited and of mentors making an impact. At Boys and Girls Clubs, we don't do just one thing. We do whatever it takes to meet the needs of every kid who comes through those doors. Because whatever it takes is what it takes to build great futures. Great futures start here.
International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com.
Sometimes it's the small things that make life easier, like never worrying about being declined at an ATM when only cash will do. With You're Covered from U.S. Eagle, we'll cover you, even if the money's not there. That's a good feeling. And we do it with no extra fees or penalties. It's called trust, and we think that's important, especially if we're asking you to trust us. At U.S. Eagle, that's just part of what it means when we say people mean more.
Don't sacrifice quality of flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, green and red chili breakfast burritos, and Frontier Cinnabons. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenpride@abq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs, proud supporter of ProView Sports Network.
Check it out.
What is it?
It's a time machine, bro. I could jump into the future, get my paycheck early.
I already get my paycheck early at US Eagle.
Get your paycheck up to 2 days early with U.S. Eagle Early Payday. Now's a great time to have your checking with U.S. Eagle.
Time machine.
Your girlfriend breaks up with you in 22 hours, 53 minutes.
Wait, what? Seth?
We fight the battles no one hears about.
We drop into the middle of firefights to rescue others.
And act as one-man air traffic control towers.
We're the ones who go before all others.
Day says, tell us on my text machine at jeff@sportsanimalabq.com. Back in the day when you played the bad boy Pistons, you didn't want to look soft, so the other guys bought into it. They weren't in each other's face talking trash and flexing. The bench is clearing and the announcer is going wild. Ooh, let's look at the play. Let's look at the replay. Someone's going to get ejected and suspended for a heavy fine. Guys got up, brushed themselves off, and the game continued. He's right. You know what this isn't anymore, though? This isn't back in the day.
No.
Now, do I think that was, I don't know, better? Here's why I think it got here. I think it got taken to a point where it was out of control. I think it just got out of control.
Has anyone ever seen Malice at the Palace?
Yeah. I think it got out of control. And so little by little, they kept taking things out of the game. Like, I think some of these flagrants are so ridiculous. I think,
the flopping is a little ridiculous as well.
Well, I think the flopping's out of control. I think, you make a basketball play and you hit a guy in the head. Like, with all due respect, it sucks to get hit in the head, but basketball's a contact sport. You're going to get hit. You're reaching for the ball and you hit a guy in the stones. That's a bummer, but it happens. I sometimes watch the game now. And now we're trying to adjudicate intent. We got world-class athletes doing things at incredible rates of speed. Both guys are moving. Sometimes you get hit in the head. Sometimes, I don't know.
Also, people say basketball, it's soft. It is such a physical game that I still defend the NBA on that.
So it's a physical game, but these guys sometimes get so... To the people who are saying that, you're right. It's a physical game, but they complain about every bit of contact.
Totally.
Right. And now
they're
it's
trying to get
every
the calls.
foul on a fast break. It's going to be a breakaway.
Yeah, that's my
calls. That's my whole LeBron thing. His silhouette should be palms up, begging for a call. LeBron.
I'm going to work on that graphic.
Can we work on that?
That and Team in Law is my 2 favorite things you've come up with.
Well, I mean, just right. There's the Jerry West of the logo, and you got Jumpman Michael, and LeBron's just going to be standing there, mouth agape, palms up in the air, begging for a call. Every time he
that
goes to
is
basketball.
his pose.
It is.
It's on everything.
Every time he goes to the basket
so
and gets
funny.
hit. But to your point, so I don't think they're soft.
Oh, I
but
just
think
can't
they've gotten...
stand when people say that. I'm like, do you know how physical and fast-paced and intense the game of basketball is, how hard it is on your body.
Yeah, it's brutal. Well, and I heard Van Gundy say this the other day, and this is Jeff Van Gundy's I think, excellent commentator, analyst for the A-Team on ABC and ESPN. So Mike Breen made a comment. I'm wondering where you come out on this. So the Lakers didn't play Anthony Davis and LeBron in the fourth quarter because they were up by 30. And so Mike Breen said, well, they get to rest. And and Van Gundy went off on that is the most overrated BS. He says, that, to not be able to play 8 more minutes, it doesn't matter. And Breen was trying to defend it. And Van Gundy said, look, they're highly conditioned. You mean he's not going to be able to recover when he goes home to his masseuse and his therapist and his personal chef and his hyperbolic chamber, and he won't be able, because if he didn't play 7 more or 8 more minutes in the fourth quarter, somehow it's going to affect him on Monday. And I can't agree with him more.
Oh, I respect that. But I think also with how fragile this team is, maybe if you don't have to play them,
you might not get injured.
Yes, for how fragile these guys are.
Look, I'm not telling you they should have played them.
I
it's
get
an
it.
advantage to win.
A
without
lot of people rest their starters when they're up by a lot.
They all do. No, when you're up by 30, there's no reason to run those old guys out there. I don't think anybody was saying they should have played. I think Breen's point was the whole, well, it's a huge advantage because they don't have to play. Well, whatever. It's a huge advantage because you're up by 30.
Yeah, that's the huge advantage.
I just and so you don't, LeBron's not going to roll an ankle or AD isn't going to hurt his eyebrow.
Gosh, yeah, we're waiting on that.
Hurting his eyebrow?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's on the injured list. It's a torn eyebrow. That's the load management conversation. Highly conditioned athletes. LeBron spends over $1 million on his body, right? Like with therapists.
Oh, these guys are
masseuses.
unreal.
Yeah.
I'm the same age as LeBron. I can't even imagine.
Well, and you're in as good shape as him.
No,
I mean, you're in
I
great shape.
appreciate it.
I mean,
I want to be in his. I want to be.
And you go every
an
day. When
athlete.
was the last time you load managed?
Every day.
2 Mondays ago?
Yeah, 2 Mondays ago.
Yeah.
No, but the game has evolved in general, so it's not soft. It's just different.
No, they're not soft, but and I guess
It is
was the
ticky-tacky.
begging always there? I guess Magic begged. Like I remember Chick Hearn back in the 70s and 80s saying, no, that guy never committed a foul. Rick Barry was, he never committed a foul back in his day. Like nobody, but every time he goes the hole or every foul, it's a breakaway foul. Stop, just play. Just play. I had this conversation with my brother the other day. He's a big Laker fan, loves LeBron. And he's like, I'm just interested in what, the people who don't like him, why? He's never cheated on his wife. I don't know. Do you know that?
What? How do you know, by the way?
Or by the way, attaboy.
I love that's his first
I know.
thing. I'm like, I like that he's 6'8" and can play any position.
He's never been
and
in
he's
trouble.
Unreal. He's not trouble.
No, he's never been in trouble with the law. I'll give him that. I think. Look, there's a lot of commendable things.
Never
he gives a
cheated
lot of,
on his wife.
He gives a lot of money to charity, and he's like, yeah, all that's right. All that's commendable. All of that's right. But the people who don't like LeBron, it's just kind of the whole, I don't know, the me thing, right? Is that
me? He's people love to hate greatness. They love it.
Do people hate Steph?
And he's they don't hate. No.
Do people hate Shohei Ohtani?
No.
Do people? I guess some. people
I
hate
think
somebody.
I think the social justice stuff has a lot to do with it.
100% it does.
Yeah.
No, there's no
and
no
the
doubt.
crying and leaving teams. People hate that. People hate when people leave teams when they're great.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. It's not the way Kobe did it. It's not the way Bird did it. It's not the way Mike did it. You're right. You're right. And
Transfer portal.
Would they have done it in this day and age when they could have done it? No, Mike could have done it.
You don't know that?
No, Mike could have done it. There was free agency back then. He could have done it. Right? He realized he was in a pretty good situation.
Yeah.
He went out, bounced, played baseball for a little while.
Yeah.
I mean, whatever. Then he came back and won some more. He was pretty damn good. But Michael Jordan was pretty damn good, really? All right, did you see any of the baseball yesterday, by the way?
I did not. I did watch some golf, though. I was surprised he didn't bring up some golf either.
Wyndham Clark?
Wyndham Clark?
Beating Xander
for
again?
For people who don't know him, now they know.
Xander finishes second again, like always.
Yep.
The Rays came back and beat the Yankees. The Yankees were up 6-0, and Garrett Cole was pitching. First time Garrett Cole has blown a 6-run lead since he's been a Yankee. Hasn't happened. If you look at the standings today, Tampa Bay By the way, 28-7. They're winning at an 800 clip. I don't know if it's sustainable. I don't think it's sustainable. Nobody's ever won at that clip. But they are 28-7. They are 10 games clear of the Yankees, who are in last place. People in the Bronx are getting very cranky. Aaron Boone's got to go. He's a bum. They got to fire Aaron Boone.
Cranky.
Aaron Boone's a bum. He doesn't know what the hell he's doing.
I mean, between the Yankees and see what the Knicks do here, they're going to be very cranky in New
Jalen
York.
Brunson's got to get Miami. They're garbage. Yeah. Dodgers come down. They were down their last out against the Padres. Every time they play the Dodgers, it's like the World Series. Now, they did beat the Dodgers in the playoffs last year. Up 2-1. 2 outs, 9th inning, places on their feet. Hader, their great relievers on, and Mookie goes, yeah. Dodgers win in extra innings. Dodgers are still in first place, a game and a half clear of Arizona. That's right. Now, there was some good baseball over the weekend. Catch a Rays game. If you haven't caught the Rays, just they're really good. This isn't just some weird, crazy, quirky, how the hell did that happen? Their run differential right now, so this means they've scored this many more runs than the other team, is at 115. The next best, which is bizarre, is the Rangers at 85. But just for comparison, you figure the Dodgers are really good. Dodgers are at plus 23. The Rangers are at plus 115. They are mashing the baseball. They've scored 225 runs. They've only given up 110. Get a look. Let me also give you another something to look at. There's 2 other things. If you're kind of bouncing around and the Lakers and Warriors are fourth quarter garbage again, the hockey's been special. Seattle Kraken,
good.
Yeah, the Seattle Kraken are something to watch. The Vegas Stars in Edmonton have been really good, and the Florida Panthers are a story. Barely made the playoffs, last team in. Upset the greatest team of all time in the regular season in Boston in 7 games. In overtime, and are up 3-0 on Toronto. How about Toronto fan? Toronto fans going to lose their ever-loving mind.
Oh, this is an ongoing.
I mean, right? Because they give a damn.
Oh, yeah.
They give a damn. You might not care about hockey. I'm not even sure they do down in Miami where Florida plays.
No, I do. Especially Tampa.
Do.
Well,
Tampa they do.
The last decade.
Yeah, Tampa Bay does.
Oh, Tampa Bay
but the Panthers?
Yeah.
Did you even know there was a Panthers?
I did.
If I said to you there are 6 nicknames in sports that are used.
I love hockey.
That are used twice in the 4 major sports: hockey, baseball, football, and basketball. And there would have been 7. So, like, if the Houston Oilers were still there, Houston Edmonton Oilers, there would be 7. Do you know what the 6 are?
I probably can put them together.
Takes a second. It's a good bar trick.
You said 6 or 7?
There's 6. There's 6. It's a good bar trick.
That's a fun one.
Yeah, Giants, Rangers, Panthers, Kings. Why am I forgetting the other 2? It goes. It's pretty good. Dang it!
Oh, this is going to be fun.
Jets. The Jets is the one that always
Jets,
gets people.
Yep.
Yeah, the Jets.
Oh, that's always a good one. Yeah, because people don't know.
People always
hockey.
forget the Winnipeg Jets. Giant and Cardinals. Yeah.
That's a fun one.
Yeah.
I love those.
Use that one at a bar, get a free beer. Get you up to date on everything you need to know as you go through your day. Breaking news this morning. And, what's the story on Andrew Luck? Is he really thinking about coming back, or are teams wishing that? Don't touch Andrew Luck. It's the opening drive on 95.9 FM and AM 610, the Sports Animal.
U.S. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters.
Sponsored by
of Pro
Weather Guard
Sports.
Truck Boxes. If it's a job worth doing, it's
We
a
would
job.
like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
These are more than just the sounds of a safe place to go after school. These are the sounds of interest being ignited and of mentors making an impact. At Boys and Girls Clubs, we don't do just one thing. We do whatever it takes to meet the needs of every kid who comes through those doors. Because whatever it takes is what it takes to build great futures. Great futures start here.
International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420
or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com.
Sometimes it's the small things that make life easier, like never worrying about being declined at an ATM when only cash will do. With You're Covered from U.S. Eagle, we'll cover you, even if the money's not there. That's a good feeling. And we do it with no extra fees or penalties. It's called trust, and we think that's important, especially if we're asking you to trust us. At U.S. Eagle, that's just part of what it means when we say people mean more.
Don't sacrifice quality of flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, green and red chili breakfast burritos, and Frontier Cinnabons. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenpride@abq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs, proud supporter of ProView Sports Network.
Check it out.
What is it?
It's a time machine, bro. I could jump into the future, get my paycheck early.
I already get my paycheck early at US Eagle.
Get your paycheck up to 2 days early with U.S. Eagle Early Payday. Now's a great time to have your checking with U.S. Eagle.
Time machine.
Your girlfriend breaks up with you in 22 hours, 53 minutes.
Wait, what? Seth?
We fight the battles no one hears about.
We drop into the middle of firefights to rescue others.
And act as one-man air traffic control towers.
We're the ones who go before all others.
U.S. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
Hi everyone, my name is Master Sergeant Jacob Groves. I am a Air Force Special Warfare pararescueman. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Network and New Mexico Youth Sports. Air Force Special Warfare operators are critical thinkers. They maintain a high level of fitness, they take initiative, and they don't quit. For more information on Air Force Special Warfare, contact me at the number listed below.
U.S. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
As a mom, I try to make the best choices for my family and our health. That's why I choose Western Sky.
Summertime's coming quickly, huh? Feeling a little warmer? It's travel time. It's road trip time. Call On the Spot Automotive Detailing. You get yourself ready before the kids are out of school. Before you start those summer trips, get your vehicle ready. On the Spot will come to you. They detail your vehicle. What does that mean? Does that mean when I tell people they come to you? They're like, wait, really? I don't have to take my car? No, that's right. You're busy. So you're in the office there in the parking lot. They'll detail your vehicle. Inside, outside, around the rims, under the hood, under the seats. When they're done, it looks and it feels and it smells like the day you took it off the lot. Be ready for those summer vacations. Ask them about a fresh coat of wax or ceramic coating for extra protection as well. And as always, our military gets a 10% discount. Schedule now On the Spot Automotive Detailing at 505-859-2859. 505-859-2859 or online at otsdetailing.com. All right, everybody needs a quarterback, right? You never can have enough quarterbacks. How long's Andrew Luck been out? 2019, right?
Right. And so he's still he left, so he tried with 3 years left on his 6-year, $100 million extension.
That means the Colts still have his rights.
Yes.
That means anybody who talks to him or his representatives could be guilty of tampering.
Yeah, so no club nor any person employed by or otherwise affiliated with the club is permitted to tamper with the player who's under contract to whose exclusive negotiating rights are held by another club.
So, evidently the Washington Commanders, according to an ESPN report, last year the Commanders inquired as to whether or not Andrew Luck was thinking about coming back. Robert Irsay is the owner of the Colts. They have his rights. Quote on the tweeter, if any NFL team attempted to contact Andrew Luck to play for their franchise, it would be a clear violation of the league's tampering policy.
As much as the Colts fans live on that dream, Andrew Luck is never going to come play football. He has made that perfectly clear that there's no intention and he has no plans.
So, dude's got a Stanford degree, plenty of money, really bright, and he's got his health. And here's the deal. Do you want a guy who's kind of half-assed in it? This was the biggest can't miss since Peyton, right? I don't know that there's been a can't miss quarterback since him. Maybe Trevor Lawrence was the next guy that was thought to be that. But he was the can't miss quarterback. And he didn't miss. He was good. He was good. He just was tired of getting his ass kicked. And I don't want a guy playing football if he's not 100% in. And if his heart's not in it, this is not, look, I tell you, basketball's a contact sport. Football's a collision sport. And if a guy is not 100% in, that somehow, I'm here to make a living. I just want the money. I don't love the game. I don't need that guy.
So from my understanding too, what I don't understand about the Commanders is this is when they were trying to decide who's going to start between Taylor Heineke and Carson Wentz. That's when they made the call to Andrew Luck. When Taylor Heineke was winning them games, and then they put Carson Wentz back in, and then they lose. That's what I was mostly confused by. Is they're that desperate? They're calling Andrew Luck.
Look, if I'm looking for a quarterback, I would inquire too. Guys have changed their mind. I mean, we just talked about Michael Jordan didn't want to play basketball anymore, went to baseball, and then realized he loved basketball. Absence can make the heart grow fonder. Now, there's no absolute to this. There's no 100% on anything. Sometimes a guy will get away from the game and realizes how much he misses it. And sometimes a guy will get away from the game and realize how much he doesn't miss getting his ass kicked every day. Right?
Right.
I don't know where
Or
Andrew
you
Luck
think
is.
you'd be calling the Colts about Andrew Luck?
Well,
I don't know how that works.
I would want to know that before I gave up compensation to get Andrew Luck, I would want to know that Andrew Luck wants to play. I don't know how this is supposed to work. To Jim Irsay's point, or Robert, which Irsay is this?
Jim Irsay.
Yeah, I said Robert. To Jim Irsay's point, he's our property. Like we have his rights. We kind of got burned here. He was our quarterback of the future. He left early. We've been struggling for a quarterback ever since, right? I've gone through Phillip Rivers, and I've gone through Carson Wentz and Matt Ryan, and what the hell am I doing here? Because I had my guy forever. So he probably still feels jilted, and there's no way he's just letting that just go. And I don't blame it, by the way.
Absolutely.
But if
It is tampering, though.
It is, but if I'm another team, I need... It is tampering. But wouldn't you, before you even inquire with the Colts, I guess you would say, hey, can I call him? And if he's interested, can we talk about a deal? I guess that's the right way to do this, right?
Yes.
But I'm not giving you anything until I know he's going to play. The hell. Watch that or don't. I don't know if there's anything there. All right. Ishbia. This is interesting. And this came out about...
Oh, boy.
This came out a half hour ago. Matt Ishbia is the owner of the Suns. We've been talking about him a lot. And we've been talking about should Nikola Jokic be suspended. And I've been telling you it would be criminal if he gets suspended. He could face a suspension or fine for pushing the owner of the Suns, who had the ball, who got in his face. This is a quote from Matt Ishbia, the owner, a tweet, the owner of the Suns. Great win for the Suns last night in an amazing series so far. That should be and is the only story. Suspending or fining anyone over last night's incident would not be right. I have a lot of respect for Jokic.
Good.
And don't want to see anything like that. Excited for Game 5. Go Suns, end quote.
Great answer by the owner.
Yeah, anything short of saying I was an idiot. Yeah. I mean, I guess it
Please.
could have gone there. But so you got the owner of the Suns saying Nikola Jokic should not be suspended or even fined. The league has not announced any potential punishment or said it's closed for Nikola Jokic. He's a two-time MVP. His status is up in the air. That should close the case, shouldn't it?
Absolutely.
I mean, I got the owner who was involved, the guy from the other team saying, stop.
Stop.
I got a little bit more respect for that little guy now.
Me too. Hopefully his arm's okay or whatever. Did he fall when he flopped? Or
He fell right into his seat, man. You got like a little push to the clavicle. Nah, it was probably more to the sternum. Right? I mean, it was like a little
I hope he's
get off me.
recovering today, but no, I'm so glad he came out and said that. That makes me happy because that was going to be some BS.
Yeah, I agree with you. I mean, if we're sitting here tomorrow morning and Nikola Jokic has been suspended, we got a real problem. We got a real problem. It would be an injustice. So that's the biggest thing people are going to be talking about today. You get Miami and New York tonight, followed by the Lakers and Warriors. You think we'll talk about Lakers and Warriors tomorrow?
I think we will. And JJ Buck will be back.
Good work today.
Thank you.
Adrian, great stuff. Simulcast looks great. If you haven't seen it, take a look at it. Adrian's put up highlights of everything we're talking about. It's really nice. Thanks to Jarek Reed and Jill Trujillo, both guested on our show today. Jim Rome Show is next. Heard with Colin Cowards after that. 2 Men On comes your way at 4 o'clock, and we are back with award-winning radio starting tomorrow morning, beginning at 7 a.m. Have a great, safe Monday. Be good to each other, please. Be kind, loving, caring, and sharing. We'll smell you tomorrow.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
These are more than just the sounds of a safe place to go after school. These are the sounds of interest being ignited and of mentors making an impact. At Boys and Girls Clubs, we don't do just one thing. We do whatever it takes to meet the needs of every kid who comes through those doors. Because whatever it takes is what it takes to build great futures. Great futures start here.
International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com.
Sometimes it's the small things that make life easier, like never worrying about being declined at an ATM when only cash will do. With You're Covered from U.S. Eagle, we'll cover you, even if the money's not there. That's a good feeling. And we do it with no extra fees or penalties. It's called trust, and we think that's important, especially if we're asking you to trust us. At U.S. Eagle, that's just part of what it means when we say people mean more.
Don't sacrifice quality of flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, green and red chili breakfast burritos, and Frontier Cinnabons. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenpride@abq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs, proud supporter of ProView Sports Network.
Check it out.
What is it?
It's a time machine, bro. I could jump into the future, get my paycheck early.
I already get my paycheck early at U.S. Eagle.
Get your paycheck up to 2 days early with U.S. Eagle Early Payday. Now's a great time to have your checking with U.S. Eagle.
Time machine.
Your girlfriend breaks up with you in 22 hours, 53 minutes.
Wait, what? Seth?
We fight the battles no one hears about.
We drop into the middle of firefights to rescue others.
And act as one-man air traffic control towers.
We're the ones who go before all others.
U.S. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
These are more than just the sounds of a safe place to go after school. These are the sounds of interest being ignited and of mentors making an impact. At Boys and Girls Clubs, we don't do just one thing. We do whatever it takes to meet the needs of every kid who comes through those doors. Because whatever it takes is what it takes to build great futures. Great futures start here.